Hello, UFOs. It's your boy King Wakata. Here we are trying something new. 2-minute rants. Come get it off your chest. We got Brother Kimball in the house. What's up, G? How you feeling today? And a new little trend I want to start doing, so people can start getting that monkey off their back. You get a smooth 2 minutes, say whatever the fuck you want. Then somebody else comes in and says whatever they want. It doesn't have to be the same subject. Just whatever's bothering you. Get that shit off your chest. 2-minute rants. Brought to you by King Wakata. What's been going on today, man? I haven't been twittering too much today. So I don't know what's happening. Here we go. Popular mechanics 5 hours ago. The U.S. government set traps to catch UFOs. Former Pentagon official claims. I guess they're talking about Elizondo. Their highest principle in the Church of Scientology is all to do with UFOs. They believe there is a major confrontation going on between humans, between human-like people from the Pleidians and the Reptilians from Zeta Reticuli. Oh wow, Danny Sheehan. Did you know that Scientologists had Zeta Reticuli in their religious doctrine? Did not know that. We got Mendy. How you doing, Mendy? I am trying something new today. 2-minute rants. Come get it off your chest. So, just basically gonna allow people to come up here. I'll give you 2 minutes, so you can just rant. Whatever it is, whatever's bothering you. If there's fucking ants crawling in your window and you just want to talk to them for 2 minutes, get it off your chest. If there's a toenail that's bothering you, doesn't matter. Whether it's the UFOs that keep coming at night and fucking with you, you can talk about them too. Cause that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to listen to you guys. Who the fuck is knocking at my door? Who the fuck is this taking me up 546 crack of dawn and wipe the cold from my eyes? Check to see who is paging me. Why? It's my man from the barbershop. What's up with you? Sitting here and shit. We're doing something new called 2-minute rants. I give people 2 minutes to just go off on whatever they want. And just talk that hot shit. You alright? You cold? I turned the AC off, so. You know, you feel warm to me. But I live in the cold, so. Mendy, how you feeling?
Hello. How are you doing? Did you know, Wakata, that you can put your mic into voice isolation mode and it will improve the quality if you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I was talking far away and I got the music in the background. Is it too loud or is it muffling me?
No, it's good. But if you use an iPhone, definitely put it
Yeah.
in voice isolation mode for when you're talking. It definitely helps a lot. Just tip.
Okay. Yeah, because the thing with the voice isolation, I put it on and then you can't hear the music.
Yeah, it just makes it so you don't hear like background noise and stuff.
Yeah. Usually when I'm by myself is a lot better. Mornings, my daughter's still asleep. I'm allowed to get it off pretty good. But yeah, What's bothering you, Mendy? Come on, get your 2-minute rant
What's
off.
bothering me? Okay, well, this Uri Geller Ross Coulthard video that people need to be talking about because there's some important connections that were made in this video that nobody probably has watched. I think what came out tonight. So,
Where is
Yuri,
it? Can you link, or is
I
it on
linked it.
YouTube?
I put it in the nest. But Yuri talks about going to meet Werner von Braun. And not only that, Werner hands Uri Geller 2 separate pieces of metal. And we've heard the same exact thing somewhere else. Tim,
Tim
what's,
Taylor.
yes, that's where he got it. So, it's not even just that. Yuri said he saw a body in cold storage. So that means that NASA has or had a body.
Huh.
And not only that, but the chances are Tim probably got those pieces, same exact pieces handed down to him from Werner von Braun. So that's where Tim got that same method where he hands those pieces to Bledsoe.
I'm looking for the video now. It's on Reality Check, right? How the CIA worked with psychics on Project Stargate.
Hello and welcome back.
Yes, that's it.
All right, so you want to start? It seems like it's an hour. Like, do you want me to fast forward it to a certain spot? CIA declassified documents. About 10 minutes in. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's got the timestamps.
You could not, this was such tight control conditions. There is no way that someone could cheat or.
You need it louder? Put it up some, baby girl.
The things that they said about the shielded room were unbelievable. They even accused me, I think I have it here. They even accused me of having a transmitter up my tooth, believe it or not. Wait a minute, let me show it to you. By the way, I did not prepare all this. They are all around the area because this is my CIA Mossad area. Look, they claimed, and this comes from a very prestigious magazine called New Scientist. They claimed that I had a transmitter up my tooth and somebody was Morse coding me outside the shielded room. There was nobody from anyone from my team outside the shielded room. How ridiculous. I mean, if I really had, Ross.
You know what? I'm going to keep it 100. That sounds like one of these skeptical debunking people's shit they would come up with. It just sounds like it. Like, I don't believe him. He had something up his butt that was giving him Morse codes.
A transmitter up my tooth. It would be a bigger phenomenon than bending spoons with the power of the mind, okay? But one thing I do want to address, and we have to deal with this because I think it's important to give you the opportunity to respond to these claims. There was actually an article published in the very prestigious scientific journal Nature where 2 psychologists, one called Marx and another called Kamen, they flatly made an allegation that took me by surprise because I know how operates. No way he or Russell Targ would have tolerated this. But the claim was that you were allowed to peek through a hole in the laboratory wall separating you from the drawings you were being invited to reproduce, and that these drawings were supposedly placed on a wall opposite the peephole that the investigators Targ and Puthoff had stuffed with cotton gauze. And when anybody watches the video, it's quite clear that what Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ were using was a controlled blind test. These images that you were remote viewing were actually in double sealed envelopes, weren't they? Yes, absolutely. This thing with the hole that you're talking about, Ross, I mean, you're talking to Superman itself, or Flash Gordon, or Daredevil. If I had holes there, anyhow, nonsense. I did it purely, call it telepathy, call it remote viewing, call it whatever you want to call it. I sat in that shielded room and I duplicated the drawings. Some of them were so precise, it was like a bunch of grapes, 24 grapes. They drew 24 grapes. I got 24 grapes. Some of my drawings... I don't want to be too brief with this because I think the grapes one is actually a very good example. So let's just go through this. They got a person to draw an image, a black and white image of, as kind of a skeleton image of a bunch of grapes. And there were 24 grapes in a particular configuration, in a particular shape. And what I found fascinating was that you actually got not only the shape, but the number of grapes. Yeah, well, I don't know how I did that, but I drew 24 grapes. I had no idea that their, bunch of grapes also had 24. But this is just one set of experiments. Then there were many others conducted with a computer. So, for instance, the scientists themselves did not know, to the best of my recollection, what the computer chose to draw. So in one experiment, the computer drew a kite. A kite, the tail, and the ribbons. And I drew a kite, and this is coming from the mind of a computer. So apparently, whether it's remote viewing or telepathy or another strange, mysterious ability that we all have probably, I managed to extract the kite out of a computer with no human being around. The experimenter knows that the computer chose to draw a drawing of a kite.
Kamala Harris was given one important job as vice president.
Nobody give a fuck. Come on. God damn it. Holiday Jesus, how are you, good brother? Welcome to the new show. 2-minute rants. Come get it off your chest. We were in the middle of listening to something, but now YouTube is giving me a bunch of shit that I can't skip. And it's like, it's like 65 seconds of this shit, and you just can't skip it. So it's a good way to count my goddamn rants about how YouTube has turned into every goddamn news TV station that we all hate. What the fuck is this? Why can't I turn off the goddamn things? Oh, no, you gotta pay extra for that, motherfucker. If not, you gotta take whatever bullshit we're spitting over here on your end, motherfucker. That's what you get for being poor. Now, watch the goddamn video after this commercial. Thank you. Brought to you by YouTube.
I think what disturbs me as a journalist is I don't know one way or the other about your skill set. But what I do find alarming is that...
And if you're wondering why we're not doing rants, Holiday Jesus, I just did a short rant. But basically, Mendy told me to check out this video because there was something interesting said in it about... we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I forgot what the fuck it was. But I know what it was, but I forgot how to say it. Don't judge me.
Dishonesty that has been referenced in some mainstream media reporting of your alleged skills. Because there's been a flagrant misrepresentation of the SRI work. It was done with incredibly...
Hey, Wakata, you should skip to like 40 minutes in. I think it's closer to then.
Okay. So it's probably in the classified document area. All right. Give me a second, because now I'm interested in this part he's saying, and I'll jump into it.
Find standards, wasn't it? Of course. Very much so. And otherwise the CIA would have not published this. And then, Nature magazine wouldn't have touched it. Nature is one of the most prestigious scientific magazines in the world. But look, listen, Ross, hold on. Nature, of course, was having a go at you because the two psychologists who wrote the piece on Nature were suggesting it was bunkum. But
yeah. Nobody believes Uri Geller. It's all right, Uri. It's something you just have to deal with. I just do it. I don't know how to do it. It just happens. I believe that. Because the few times that I tried to remote view and I was right, it was the few times that I really didn't care about the outcome. I just did it. I said, whatever, what the fuck, da-da-da. Boom, oh shit, 80% correct.
It's giving us signs. It's pushing us towards a bigger journey.
Is it around here? Does this sound like the conversation, Wendy?
Mind-blowing, the world of energy and consciousness. This is so beyond us. We are, we're a tiny fragment in a sea of endless universe, a little grain of stone with our knowledge. It's beyond us to understand what really consciousness is. But what is happening, I believe, like you probably believe, is that we're being given signals by a higher, let me call it a higher being, if you want to call it God, or you want to call it some type of a energy being out there in the universe. It's giving us signs. It's pushing us towards a bigger journey. Carl Jung coined up a word synchronicity. Everything is synchronized in the universe. I'm sitting here talking to you, not because you wanted a show with Uri Geller, an interview, because of synchronicity, which means that everything that happens in the universe happens for a reason. There is a reason for this interview. Maybe we both don't know what it is, but it's...
The universe owes us an explanation for Lou reviews. I'm just saying.
Triggering something. I think that's, in a nutshell, it explains consciousness. That's a very good explanation of what I was trying to extract from you, Uri. Now listen, you've already flagged the other major incident in your career that touches on UFOs, and again, Edgar Mitchell has confirmed a large part of this story to my friend privately. During his lifetime, Edgar, the Apollo 14 lunar pilot astronaut, was unwilling to say publicly that he'd ever had definitive proof of alien life. But privately, he confided in friends, and I've reported this in my book, that he was aware when he had experiences on the moon, he was aware that they were being observed. And he talked to my friend about blue lights, that were clearly some kind of structured craft that were following the astronauts during their time, their journey. He also talked privately to people about something that happened, I believe, at the Goddard Space Center, with Werner von Braun, the father of America's space program, the former Nazi, who I understand embraced you as a friend, even though I'm sure as an Israeli Jew you must have felt very uncomfortable with his background. But it must have been a very interesting meeting, and I'm intrigued if you can tell me, please, the story of what transpired between you and Dr. Werner von Braun. Okay, first of all, what Edgar Mitchell described you on the moon, that's a tiny thing. Yes, they were followed, but the big thing is, and Edgar says it outright, that a UFO, a craft, crashed on planet Earth. They pulled out bodies of aliens. And that's what Werner von Braun wanted to show me. This is a photograph of Werner von Braun and me. He's taking me into his limo, and we drive off to a huge concrete building. But let me now backtrack. One day, Ed Mitchell calls me up and says to me, Uri, there's a very important doctor who wants to meet with you. I said, fine. He says he's a NASA scientist. I said, fine, who is he? He says to me, he's Dr. Werner von Braun. I said, what? Dr. Werner von Braun wants to meet me? Dr. Werner von Braun was a Nazi. I've got photographs in the museum here. He's among Gestapo officers. I was shocked when Ed Mitchell told me that. I couldn't resist. No way. So in the end, with some conflict in my mind, because half of my family were murdered by Nazis, I say to Ed, take me. We get to a NASA base, and by the way, at that time I worked with the CIA. And the CIA gave me a tiny Minox German camera. It's also hanging here on the wall. Because I spied for the CIA in Mexico. Because I was very close to the president of Mexico, and the CIA gave me some missions. to do in Mexico. I take that little camera with me and I give it to my brother-in-law. And I say to Shippy, his name is Shippy, short for Samson. I say to him, Shippy, when we enter Werner von Braun's office, you've got to snap a photo because nobody will believe me. So I enter Werner von Braun's office. Mitchell is with me, Shippy is with me, and there was a CIA man with us too. The first thing that Werner von Braun does, he pulls out of his pocket a tiny little piece of metal, and Shippy snaps. And Werner asks me to touch the metal and tell him what I feel it is. So I place my finger on the piece of metal and I tell him, Werner, this is not from here. He says, you're right. This is a piece of a UFO. Okay, wow. Then he says to me, come with me. He takes me into his private office and there is a safe in the office. He opens the safe and inside there's a bigger piece of metal, about this big, maybe 12 inches. He holds it in his hand and he says to me, Uri, now place your hand on the piece of metal. Tell me what you feel now. So I place the palm of my hand on the piece of metal and I immediately tell him, Werner, this is from a UFO. And he says, you're right. Now come with me. He takes me out to the parking lot and this is the photo. It's an enhanced photo. Somebody made it, more color. And he puts me in a limo, says, sit next to me. I sit next to him. He gives an order to the driver to drive. We drive into the heart of the base. We come to a concrete building. Nothing is written on the building. There's a soldier standing by the door. He opens the door, and Werner says to me, follow me. We go down 3 or 4 flights of floor into the abyss of the building.
Is it just you?
No, just me and Werner von Braun. Then in the corridor of that 3rd or 4th floor, there are hooks on the wall, and on the hooks are hanging orange Antarctica coats. You know those warm coats that you wear in Antarctica? They're all orange in color, but they all had a NASA logo on. He says, put one on. And he puts one on. I don't know what the hell is going on. And then we turn around the corner. We come to a huge metal door. He opens the door, and I see an enormous refrigerator. It's cold. I walk into this cold space, and listen, Ross, I'm definitely not an idiot, and I definitely was not hypnotized. With my own eyes, I see alien bodies. Some were mangled. They're all in glass tubes. I mean, I'm just mind blown, shocked. I was stunned. I froze, and suddenly everything dawned on me in that refrigerator room that this is all real. Everything that I believed in, it's all real. What this is?
Can you describe those bodies too?
Yes, thank you.
Very similar to the alien figures that we're used to see. The great.
Ask him about the Nazca mummies, Cohart. Fuck you.
Look, most of them were mangled. Yeah, most of them were like they looked like they were pulled out forcefully out of a craft, or just found strewn around the UFO. But it was mind blowing.
What did Werner tell you about where those beings came from?
He didn't. We went back to the office. Ed Mitchell was there. Werner gave me a gift. He gave me it's here. I have the camera here. It's a German camera. He said, well, you can have this as a gift. I took it because I said I wanted something that belonged to Werner von Braun. And that was the end of the story. So, but it happened. Did you understand? This is what.
All right. Let's unpack this. Now, I have heard a similar story. Like, what was the point of him touching it? When he touched it, he said, "Yeah, this is a UFO." Why? Cohart didn't ask him to extrapolate on that. Yuri is being coy on purpose. He's
Those are the exact samples that Tim Taylor brought to Chris Bledsoe.
the ones they touch and had the experience, right? I think that's what he's not talking about. Whatever
Exactly.
whether he had an experience or not, that's what I was waiting for. For that part, like, this sounds like Bledsoe. That's what I was gonna say. I heard something similar, but he didn't talk about what he saw. Whereas though Bledsoe and all of them all felt something, but he was being obfuscative on that part, and I picked up on that. That's interesting.
He actually says it in the video that he knew immediately that it was not
Right. So it's like, as Kohart, I would have tried to, I would have probed that very question. Like, what do you mean by that? Why? How did you know? That's a really good clip. And we'll put that into the little nugget of jars of interesting things we learned in the UFO community.
also
Anybody that just got here, hello everyone. I am your boy King Wakata. And this is 2-Minute Rants. Come and get it off your chest. Basically, give you about 2 minutes, and if you feel like just ranting on something, doesn't even matter what it is. Just go. If you want to just talk shit about your neighbor because he pissed you off. Maybe the guy, you didn't get a good tip at work. I don't know. Maybe your dog shit on the carpet and you're just not happy about it. Come get it off your chest. But yeah, no, that's an interesting clip, man. I don't know. It's just, like I said, man, we're moving towards a crescendo. And I feel like right now the ICIG is doing their investigation still. And behind the scenes, it's almost as if people are given a chance to make sure they're letting them know, like, yo, fix your, put it like this, the financial meltdown, how all the companies just try to hold it together long enough so they can offload all their bad stuff onto someone else. That's almost going on here. Like, they are offloading their bad subprime mortgages onto someone else at the moment. And they're trying to make sure they don't get caught with it.
I have another little tidbit for you guys, if you want.
Kick that shit, Mandy.
Well, apparently the hearings are going to be in October because the call for the reserve seating has gone out.
So, the hearings are in October. That's a hell of a birthday gift for me. My birthday's in October, so imagine getting disclosure for my birthday. Fucking sick.
People are actually purchasing their seats right now.
I think I would too. I ain't gonna lie. Wait a minute. People are purchasing their seats? I had to think about that for a second. You could buy a seat to this shit? I'm mad I'm poor. I wish I wasn't poor. I'd go buy me a seat. I'd go dressed as Wakuta with a nice suit and a tie. And I dare somebody to give me shit. Excuse me, I am a reporter, ma'am. I am here for GNN News. All right? I would need a new mask because that mask is too heavy to sit there. I'll pass the fuck out. Fucking neck will fall off and shit. Hold on, guys. I've made a boo-boo and I'm trying to fix it. But yeah, what's going on? Let's give some shout outs. Who's here? We got intros in the house. What's going on, my guy? We got non-credible lending us his credibility. Thank you. V in the house. What's up? Holiday Jesus. Jake Raz. Asylum Imagery. What's up? What's up? What is bothering y'all? Anything that's bothering y'all? Let's do this. You guys give me something that's bothering y'all, and I'll see if I can come up with a rant. I'll find some good war music, and I'll get you a rant ready. What you guys think? J-Just is thumbs downing? Oh my god, J-Just. What's wrong? You should be all for this 2-minute rant shit. You sound like you always got pent up tension, baby girl. I thought you'd be on this shit. You'd be right up here like, listen, fuck this and fuck that. Here you go.
Mandy has her hand up.
I posted another video, the second video that I posted, and it's Hal Putoff giving his take on Roswell, and it's super interesting.
Nice. Okay. Okay, look at Mendy giving us the lessons. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, can you be like upset about like anything?
I don't gotta be upset about it, but I can criticize anything.
Okay, so I am upset that people breed dogs while we have dogs in the shelters that need homes. That's what upsets me.
Why wouldn't you get upset? Some stupid motherfucker out here thinks he can make a type of dog when we got 80 different dogs that aren't worth shit. Hell yeah. Look at my dog, for instance. Toby, he's wonderful. Head is like 80% of his whole fucking body. What the fuck does he do? I take this motherfucker on a walk, and by the time we halfway up the block, he sounds like a motorcycle getting over gas. The motherfucker sleeps like he's a lion trying to roar. Then he's just always horny. There's no way he can actually mate. I would never see this dog actually mate. That's why I'm okay with his breed, because I know naturally they'd fucking die off. So people, Jay just hates people that breeds dogs. We got dogs all over the fucking place. Stop breeding them. Just buy your favorite ugly dog and get the fuck on with your life. This rant is brought to you by Jay Just. Thank you very much. V, what's up?
Just want to endorse that. Don't fucking breed dogs, assholes. It's shitty. So I love your rant, Wakata. But I just came up here. I don't have a rant because I don't give a fuck about most things. But I thought about you today because I went to the ocean, and I'm going to send you this little clip of a video. I got to clip it. But there was a fucking rock that looked just like a Nazca mummy.
That
And
what?
looked just like a Nazca mummy. And I just was like, filming rocks, and I went up to my cat's like it's a mummy. And I was like, oh my god, I have to film this for Wakata. This is a fucking mummy. Anyways, that's why I came up here, was to tell
You
you
know
that.
who's gonna be all over that? Fucking Open Eyes. You know, he be filming rocks and stuff. So he's gonna be like, I
Yeah.
told you, man.
Look at my picture. I love Open Eyes. I get his vibe, right? But look at the
Yeah.
picture I posted and see if you see what I see.
Alright, give me a second. I'm looking for the video.
Oh, I haven't posted that one yet. I haven't posted that
Okay,
one
you
yet. I
posted
got
something different?
Yeah, look at my profile and the picture I posted and just tell me if you see what I see.
Got you. I'm going to your profile now. I'm looking at it. Give me a second. It's almost like a landscape in the sky. Looks like mountains. Looks like mountains and damn, that's a really nice picture. I don't know, but I like it. Almost, yeah, looks like mountains to me.
Do you see in the clouds, like, do you see a face, like maybe a lady laying down? Like sideways? If not, it's just
No,
me and my pareidolia.
no, I would say, okay, to the right, it looks like there's two eyes, right? Like that little thing like that. But to me, it looks like what's that shit called? Like a plague doctor mask.
I'm gonna circle it and post it in your Chubble, and I think you'll see it. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, to me, I see like I'm gonna circle the part that I think looks like a plague doctor. Here, type this out for me, Ma. Um, title is "Man Involved in Every American Conspiracy." Go for in every American conspiracy. Oh shit! Almost dropped the goddamn phone. Y'all was about to be like, like what the fuck was that? Bang, got it. That's a nice skyscape though. I ain't even gonna lie. All right, I'm back. Y'all got my full attention. I'm actually about to post the part of the picture I circled. All right, I just threw it in the comment section. I'm gonna throw it up in the nest. To me, that looks like almost like a plague mask. Oh shit! The squad here in Wakata's X Space tonight. Asylum imagery. That's a cool pic. I like that. That's too fire.
Okay, I'm gonna look at yours, and I posted my circle too. Let me check yours out.
Uh, well, I see it now. I was looking at the whole other side. Yeah, it does look like a lady's face.
Right? That's wild, huh?
Look, this is what she was looking at,
Oh, wow, yeah.
and this is what I was looking at over here. To me, it looks like a plague mask. So it's a lady looking at a plague mask. Maybe
It's like a cloud version of Beauty and the Beast.
yeah, right. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We was looking at two whole different sides. In every American uh conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah, man. Everybody here, 2-minute rants. Come get it off your chest. Everybody has something that gets them going. Everybody just wants to let something out. And this is your opportunity to just let it go.
I
V,
have an
please.
issue and I have a rant. I have a rant. I'm real pissed right now. I have a rant that this guy Asylum is so fucking good at AI. He got all the hands right. They all have the proper fingers. Like that is, I'm just upset about that because I don't get fingers like that. And I don't know. I feel like we need to rant about his skills.
Yeah, I didn't even, that's AI. I thought it was like some, um, what you call it? Just like a motherfucker actually just making some art. That's fire. I'm trying to learn the AI shit, but I gotta wait till they dumb it down a little bit more. Okay, I got the clip. I got the video.
First off, I want to give a huge
All
thank you
right,
to our...
hold on, relax, bro. All right, VR. I see your hand is up. Please let go of the rant. Your hand is up.
Oh
V.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
me, Ish, and it's not VR. That's what confused me. Anyways, okay,
my
here's my
fault.
rant. You know, you're good. There's no way you could have known. So here's my rant. Okay, straight up. They say don't look up. That in itself is a psyop. They want you to only look up and never look within. Okay, because we always talk about outer space, but there is an inner space which is far more profound. And eventually, you know, I hope we come up to realizing that just because the Earth looks small in a physical sense doesn't mean it necessarily is small in the cosmic order because of what it houses and what it facilitates. Each one of us human beings are much more than we seem, okay? Our souls don't begin only when we're born, you know, we are a procession. The fact that you are a human being, it's a profound thing. And they, you know, it's incredibly frustrating to see how we have been disconnected from our identity and what we are and what this earth really is. And, you know, I could ramble on and on about that, but the point I really want to get to is science is incredible. It's very important, but science has its limits. When we discuss the idea of consciousness, right, empirical measurements kind of break down. So if we're always chasing scientific proof for NHI and for our souls and this kind of stuff, eventually you're going to hit a limit because the soul, the consciousness cannot be measured, but you can feel it. You can feel it. There's an energy to it, and it's never going to happen until we start looking within. And man, I could go on and on, but guys, this is profound. Like Klaus just tweeted something, and I'm so glad people are finally waking up to it. He said that mankind is the battlefield. We are the battlefield, okay? We are the battlefield. And so we talk about why are the NHI so interested in us? Ask yourself a simple question. There is something of interest on this planet that draws them in. And since we are ranting, you know, I'm not going to go into a whole justification for it. I'll just spit it out. Our minds, our consciousness, okay, it literally shapes the entropy of the universe. The more we are in harmony with one another, the more beauty we create, and the better that we can be stewards of this planet. It has universal consequences. I swear to God, I can back this up with science. So I have scientific ways to kind of, you know, hint at this. Can't prove it right now, but guys, we need to figure out like a better way to, I mean, everyone says it, but us getting along better, consider that possibility that humans have a celestial relevance that you will never see if you only look at it in terms of physical size. And, you know, we're a profound thing, and that's what they're concerned with. The battle is over our consciousness. It is literally over our consciousness, and that's what draws the NHI here. That's what we're fighting over. And then the last point I'll make is Elizondo's book, it brought a lot of very interesting things to light, right? But it's not imminent. It's already happening, okay? NHI exists alongside of us for a long, long time. And that's not a good or bad thing. Remove the value judgments for a moment. Just recognize that, you know, we are incredibly important. So we've got to live purposely and meaningfully.
Love you, Ish.
Yeah, thank you for getting that off the chest, brother. Yeah, and it's just a rant. You don't got to sit here and fucking put out a whole discography of annotations and shit. I don't give a fuck about all that. Um, Real quick, Mendy, is there a part of the video that you want me to go to?
Just watch it whenever you have time. I would recommend watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I fucks with Danny Sheehan. The thing with Danny Sheehan, he says some weird stuff, but he's also been around a very fucking long time, and he's done some really, uh, he's done things that a lot of people can only dream of being able to, like as far as like being the lawyer for Watergate. You know what I'm saying? Being the Iran Contra guy. You know, like these are things that other journalists, you know, have dreamed about. So you have to give the guy that type of credit, you know, like him or hate him. Because I think that sexy reptilian thing is like, Jesus. But hey, man, I would I be shocked if we find out there are reptilians and the females are quote unquote, some of them very sexy? What do we do with that information? And how long before somebody tries it? I'll give it a week of intermingling before somebody tries it.
How do you know they already haven't tried it? I mean, I think reptilians are definitely a thing. I don't know if they're sexy or not, but
I've never heard of anybody going at it with a reptilian. I've heard about a female Bigfoot taking advantage of a guy. Don't ask me to explain this. It's just a story somebody was saying about a dude's experience that a female Bigfoot held him down and shimmy changa. I mean, I don't understand how that would work, but there's people that think these things are valid. So
listen, tying that into something that V over here, V, you have that community, right? Who are the hybrids? I think I'm about to join that. It's a very interesting question. Who are the hybrids? If you're looking for alien-looking things that are like half human, half alien, reptilian tails, you're gonna be looking for a very long time. I think the hybrids walk amongst us, and I think a lot of hybrids don't even realize that they're hybrids.
well, I don't think I'm all the way human, brother.
I know I'm not all the way human. But again, what does it mean to be human in the first place? To that end, in Elizondo's book, they talk about the Cherokees and, the native connection to the phenomenon. Very interesting point that we should be paying attention to. And I think it's bigger. And see, this is a little bit uncomfortable. Rant mode again. Look, I get it. I get why they don't want to study like blood types and such, but Rh negative blood, I'm going to keep hammering this. It's something we need to look into. And it's troubling because it leads to conversations about eugenics and shit. And a lot of Nazis are attracted to that for a similar reason. So I get why it's controversial, but we need to
No,
look into this.
I'm even talking beyond that. Like, since young, son, this is something normal for me. I think human behavior is weird to me. Like, I see things and I'm like, but why? How do people find this enjoyable? Like, I don't get it. Like, I go to amusement park, right? And somewhere along the way, I go into this third person mode where I see us as just these weird primitive creatures just doing these weird little activities and enjoying nonsense. And it just ruins everything for me. So I don't know. I just always felt like these fucking humans. That's why I have this whole, let's get catastrophic. Let's destroy it all. Humans are weird. Half these people wouldn't be alive if we had tigers running around. Bring back the tigers and let's just thin out the herd.
Can I say something about the blood to Ish real quick? Because I have a concern about this.
Yeah,
We've
and
already been subsected by the color of our skin. We're constantly being classified in one way or another. I have a bit of a concern as well. I won't tell anybody my blood type, right? That they're going to continue to classify us and subclass us and subclass us using blood types. So when I hear people say we got to look into blood type, I mean, if you're thinking about the rarest blood type, you're looking at O negative blood. That's the rarest blood type. That might be the blood type you really want to look into. But I just want to express that concern to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the classification and why we should be careful about that.
I completely agree with you with the concern. But one thing I mentioned in a comment
before
earlier this week.
before before you get super into it, Mendy has had her hand up. 1 second.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mandy.
Thank you. I was just going to tell you that there is actually a story of a female who has a relationship with a reptilian, and it's on Coast to Coast. If I can find the link, I will post it for you guys. It's interesting. And also, Jesse Mitchell's asks Danny Sheehan, or Michael, however you say his name, Danny Sheehan, a lot of really interesting stuff about fake or false material being spread, and that's like the whole, Congress that they're showing to him in skiffs, including Jon Stewart's alien video, by the way.
That's not surprising because he's been shopping that shit around forever. So I'm sure they've all been shown that video. I seriously think that video was a special remake made by the CIA. Like, that interview probably happened, but what we saw was a remake of what happened. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that video has been around for a long time because I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that
no, and
video, right? But
yeah,
then it got scrubbed from the internet and it was
yeah,
like, where the fuck did it go? And then it reemerges.
and
If it's fake, it's fascinating for
and
sure, right?
the alleged puppetry they say was used had to be extremely advanced for that time. You know?
Do you remember the original one, Wakata, where they took it to that Hollywood guy and he broke it down frame by frame by frame? Do you remember that part of the documentary? Back in the day, right?
I never really watched it. Like I've seen it on the internet when it made its rounds, like on the Big Return and shit like that. But yeah, like I always just looked at it and just looked at it as interesting. I just put that in the "this is very interesting" pile. Like I don't know what to make of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
when it.
like this could be slow drip disclosure. You know, give us some
Mhm,
truth with some bullshit.
mhm.
The
Well,
video is
you know,
bullshit,
Chase
but
Hughes says that. He's like, if you really want to know about the intelligence world, read the books they write, even the fiction ones. But I want to know what happened to the original of that video. I could
oh
kick myself for not saving some of the things on YouTube in the early days. It was about 45 minutes long. And toward the end, in the latter half, they took the tape to a Hollywood special effects guy, and he, for about 20 minutes, broke it down. So I don't know if that is a part of what everybody is seeing now, but that was a part of the original video.
yeah, because they had like you know how John Hawks on the part about how the puppets didn't have any wrinkles on the arm and shit like that. And well, the puppet, I'm calling it a puppet because that's what they were saying. If it was a puppet, it would have had like wrinkles and stuff like that from hanging and shit like that. And you don't see any of that stuff on this, which is very interesting stuff. Like that's why I don't discard it. You know what I'm saying? Like I laugh sometimes because he goes so hard and he ends up trying to put everybody else down just to get more people to look at him. And it's like, you're going about it the wrong way, bro. But
Dude, he
also,
has me blocked, and I don't even know why, because I freaking love that video. It's one of my favorites.
yeah,
And I
paranoid.
think the important part of that video is not necessarily the being, but some of the things that Victor says, like they tend to choose doctors more for their willingness to keep secrets than for their skill set. So there was like little other things I gleaned from that too.
Yeah, and I think that goes perfectly in line with, I mean, I don't mind, like, if I'm putting together a crew and I need motherfuckers that know how to keep their mouth shut. I got a homie that's very intelligent but very talkative. And I got a homie that's dumb as a rock but knows how to shut the fuck up. Guess who I'm gonna probably have around a little bit more. That's just how it goes. But yeah, I definitely believe that. Like, you're the person that's probably in the underground bunker making some new science we never heard of is like a C+ student. you know, probably started college, did like 2 or 3 papers and decided to quit. And they was like, yo, this fucking guy is really smart. He just doesn't like it. Talk to him. Or probably kidnap that motherfucker. Some bullshit like that. Mendy.
Yes, hello. There's rumors going around in the IC that actually communities that the Victor video, they're using a dead alien's head.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, regardless, they put it like this. I'm waiting for them to put out all the Nazca mummies they got, and then we're gonna look at these heads of all of these drones and see which one matches that video. Because I truly believe that these beings are directly correlated to the Nazca mummies. Exactly how? Maybe it is them, maybe it's not them, maybe those were like part of their crew from before, the ancient team that came here, and we got new motherfuckers that, have evolved for the last 2,000 years. I don't fucking know. But I think they're directly correlated, and there will be a generous amount of overlap. Ish.
No, I just wanted to respond to what V said earlier, and it's important. It doesn't matter what the reality is. What matters is how humans navigate it, because the reality is regardless, right? To that end, just because differences exist amongst us does not give us right to discriminate on those differences, because it doesn't mean that one is necessarily better than the other, but we can't be oblivious to the fact that these things might have, tangible, logical consequences. And to that end, I just want to share this. I did a little bit of diving and research into it. I found something very fascinating. If you've ever heard of toxoplasmosis, right? It's the presence of this a blood parasite, essentially, that's, believe it or not, very prevalent across the human species right now. Anyways, it turns out that between Rh negative and Rh positive bloods, between being not infected and infected, getting infected by toxoplasmosis literally increases verbal and nonverbal IQ in Rh neg and decreases in Rh positive. It's very fascinating to think about, like, why would that be the case?
Can
But
you repeat that? Repeat that one more time. Say it again.
the presence of toxoplasmosis infection in Rh negative blood types increases nonverbal and verbal IQ, whereas in Rh positive, the infection decreases verbal and nonverbal IQ. What that is supposed to mean, I'm not sure, but it's just one study, but it's a very fascinating. And the last point about that, toxoplasmosis, it emerges from interactions with cats. Like, cat feces essentially brings that parasite into our blood. Now I think about that, and I think about the ancient Egyptians and their kind of relations with the cats, the Sphinx, all this kind of stuff. It's kind of fascinating. And
As
I'll
I sit here with my cat laying beside
yeah.
me.
Well, better hope you're Rh negative. But just, the last point I want to make about that is, I did a little diving into it. I won't, ramble on and on, but this idea, this myth that props up about Anunnaki and Nephilim and the fallen angels, again, mating with reptilian women. Okay, that story of the fallen angels describes entities that came down and mated with humans, and so it's fascinating. And anyways, but that's my point. You get me, V? That it's okay to have differences, but we have to be able to come together and find a higher common cause and cooperate and not hurt each other based on our differences, but benefit from our differences.
Mendy, go right in.
Can confirm I'm Rh negative and have cats. Definitely feel smarter lately. I'm just kidding. But anyways,
You're awesome.
Jack Sarfati had an interview. I can't remember exactly which video, but I'll post it if I can find it. And he actually brings up the fact that certain people can open these crafts. And so that's possibly what, the whole hybrid thing is about. They don't just need people to pilot them, they need them to open them. And also, just gonna go ahead and say that I think the hybrid Jon Stewart was talking to was actually just a Russian person.
You said a Russian person? I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of that shit. I don't follow it too much. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just one of those things that's in my interesting pile. If it turns out to be true, great. If it doesn't, wah. Like, it's no skin in the game for me, so I'm pretty objective about it. I hope it's true. And I mean, this is where I'm perplexed, man. None of these guys ever in their descriptions, man, all they do is give you like these, like, what does the texture look like? Did you see bumps, goosebumps? Did you see muscle definition? Did the lack thereof? Like, it's the descriptions is what kills me, man. Like, they never give you a good description or in detail description, and I don't understand that. When you looked at their eyes, like, how dark and shiny were they? Could you see yourself? Could you see your background around you around it? Did you see pupils inside? You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of questions. I'll be wondering. We got our boy Grider up here.
Hey, so we got 2-minute rants, right?
Yeah, 2-minute rants. Come get it
All right,
off
let me
your chest.
start my
All right.
stopwatch. All right, guys. So if you find out that you're wrong about something, I've been wrong about many things, probably more things in my life than I've been right about. All right, but right now I'm in a situation where I debated somebody on the 29 Palms incident, completely proved that. Oh, the whole thing is like I didn't want to get into specifics, but he's going all over Twitter right now. He's got Mick West in there. He's like tagging the Marine Corps. All that I'm saying is that like once you realize that you're defeated, the sooner you can accept defeat and stop being wrong, the sooner you can start being right. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dumb ass created a whole channel on YouTube. I thought I was seeing, like, space aliens, like UFOs on the ISS live feed when I was seeing the moon. Spent like 6 fucking months watching the moon on the ISS live feed. Yeah, crazy. But the moment that I realized, thanks to somebody on Twitter being like, hey, is that the moon? I was like, oh, fuck, that is the moon, Then, I don't know. The whole point is like, damn, like, it's okay to, like, be wrong about something. Like, if you're not being wrong about something in life, like, then you're not, like, taking chances, taking risks, And it's like, so now, I don't know. It's just frustrating, Um, I don't know. So that's like 121. I'm just going to go on and that's all I got to say.
120. Yeah, man. Learn how to be the fuck wrong sometimes. Not me though, but y'all need to learn how to be wrong sometimes.
I love that humility. But on that point, humility is a superpower because Grider's right. The only person you're fooling by not ever being, accepting towards what you're wrong about is yourself. Because who knows what pathways you're closing down by not, genuinely, honestly reflecting on how correct your position.
Yeah.
Well, that's the definition of cognitive dissonance, is that you can't change your mind when presented with evidence. So where's your growth if you're not open to examining what's before you? Yeah, have a curious mind. That's the best
Yeah,
one.
that's my stance on the mummies. I just been watching the science. And right now everybody wants to point at, oh, this guy over here, he's a PhD, and this guy over here, he's a PhD. They think this is wrong. And then you turn around and be like, okay, well, I got 18 other PhDs, 5 MDs, and a shit ton of fucking geneticists and all types of shit that are saying those two guys are wrong. And then, yeah, some motherfuckers need to learn how to be wrong. That's all it is. But if we start seeing changes, the next thing you know, I got 65 PhDs that went and tested the mummies themselves, and they're like, yo, this is not what it is. And then I only have the 18 guys over here. Guess what? I gotta be like, oh, something's fucked, because that's how I operate.
Well, kind of part of science, though, is needing both of those sides,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think behind closed doors, I doubt those scientists fight. They probably,
Oh,
well, I've been
I was
around
about to say they
scientists, have
fight.
very curious, they're like
Yeah.
lawyers. They bring each side, and that's how they come to conclusions in advance. I don't know if you've ever watched Evie Pomperis, but she said something really fascinating in an interview, and she was Secret Service through 4 presidents. Never once in her whole 40 years of Secret Service did she ever hear any president, any congressperson raise their voice to each other behind closed doors. So just sit back and think about
Yes, it's
that
games on top of
and
games.
what we're
Yes.
seeing, right? So I think behind closed
Yes.
doors, scientists work together and they have a curious mind. I've been to Hudson Alpha, so I've got to tour and just watch how they are, and they're childlike and they don't argue. So I think it's the other people that are arguing, and they're not even fucking scientists. So
On the
whatever.
point you're making about curiosity, it's so important because curiosity and creativity go together like peanut butter and jelly. They go hand in hand. And, the important part about that is your awareness can only grow in the presence of the unknown, right? So when there is something that's unknown, your awareness and mental capacity expands to try to understand that. So if you just assume that you already have everything known, then there's no room for growth of awareness. So think about people who just deny that aliens exist at all, that this is a reality at all. They're not even broaching the conversations we're having, and then that is unfolding into a million different, like, wow, how deep does this go? That entire rabbit hole is completely closed off if you won't even consider the possibility that there's more to this being a human thing You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, because the day we stop being curious is the day we stop being creative. And that's exactly what's going on. They're trying to shut down our curiosity so that they're shutting down our creativity. And then they're
I have
shutting
a
down.
question and a comment, if I may. I have a question and a comment. First of all, there were two sets of mummies from the Nazca area. There were the very small ones, and then there were the three that were between 3 and 4 feet tall, and they were positioned in a very dignified sitting position. One had, I believe, an egg, and so there were different analysis teams that were involved. With that being said, I just want to say, look, 35 years ago when I graduated from college, I thought I was pretty smart. When I went to law school, I realized how much I didn't know. Every one of these sciences is so complicated and so sophisticated that it takes a lifetime of study to be an expert in a subset, to become a subject matter expert in any of these sciences. So to find agreement among scientists about the cosmological truth of awareness and understanding is a dilemma that we're all going to face in life. That's not something the government is going to come out and just tell us what the truth is. I mean, the Hermetic principles were offered to humanity 1,000 years ago. They still hold true for the most part. And so that being said, if an individual wants to believe in this phenomenon from a simplified religious perspective, that's that individual's right. It doesn't help disclosure, it doesn't help our understanding of the phenomena, but I have to say, there is such a glut of ignorance. And I mean wholehearted ignorance, with the use of foul language, with the use of, how should I say, derogatory comments about other people, that the community itself is not doing itself any service by dropping out, by thinking that Google entitles you to know the keys to the universe. We're never going to get there unless, as a culture, we begin to accept that expertise is not something that is handed to you on a silver platter. It is a process of learning that requires a lifelong commitment to that subject matter.
Well stated. Thank you.
Tell me how you really feel.
Stop cursing. That's how I really feel. Start with that. Start using your own language with a little bit
But
more
we love
precision.
to curse. Why don't you like cursing?
Because it's fun.
Why is that a
It's
problem
it's
for
like it's
you?
like going to a dentist that doesn't clean his tools. Would you like to lay in the chair of somebody that wants to put filth in your mouth? No. There's a science to
I
everything.
don't know. I'm a paralegal. I work around male lawyers all
Okay,
the
well,
time, and they all cuss. So I'm in that world. So
it depends. And
maybe it's a personal
what
decision.
as a paralegal, what area of the law are you working?
Personal
Okay, so
injury.
as a person.
And also some sex abuse cases as
Okay,
well from the personal
that's
injury
well, that's
angle.
fine. Any good lawyer will tell you.
Plaintiff
If
side, by the
somebody
way,
comes,
plaintiff
if
side.
somebody comes to that personal injury lawyer with a criminal problem, they're going to tell that person, you need a criminal specialist. I've had friends come to me over the years and say, you went to law school, you can tell me how to fix this problem. And I have to explain to them that you would not go to a podiatrist for open heart surgery. So with respect to the language issue, the intelligent ones have told us, and this comes from on high, okay? This is somebody that has a higher station in life
There it
than
is.
me. The intelligent ones explain to us in many iterations over the eons that obscenity is the first sign of ignorance. We need as a culture
That's a
to
lie.
accept, we need to accept as a culture, we need to
Yeah.
accept as a
So
culture.
you're a Christian. You're a
Yeah,
Christian because you were talking about on high, and is that a morality
you know,
thing for you? Not liking language.
it's not a morality principle. It's an ethical principle with
No, it
respect
is a
to.
morality because you use the Bible to justify
Yeah.
it.
No, I
Well,
mean, I think it's more ethics, right? Because
it's an
like
ethical principle. Yes.
But ethics ain't got nothing to do with religion, but you're using your
Well,
religion
you
to
know,
justify it.
that's an obtuse way of
No,
stating something that's not true.
that's a way that makes you
man,
look
this guy
bad. You don't
cuts
like that.
deep, man. I've heard about you, Echelon, but woo, man.
But then how do you
Well,
explain intelligent people who
I was
curse?
just about
So
to
how do you
say there is an
explain those
actual study
people?
that those people that tend to curse more are usually a little bit more smarter than the other motherfuckers.
Okay,
English,
well,
motherfucker, do you speak
being a
it?
little bit
Fuck
smarter. Let me tell
yeah!
you something. Pulp Fiction is not a dissertation in intelligence. It is an example of art demonstrating stupidity.
Hold on, I know this voice. Hold on, I know this voice. Who are you?
So
Should
what
we
I
not let
get
the
from that
intelligence
is
community curse
No,
then?
I'm trying to create an example of where if we use sloppy tools to do fine work, we're never going to get there. Start with yourself. I mean, what was it? The Beatles, John Lennon. If you
well, the
want to
thing
change the
is,
world,
I can
start with
talk
yourself.
without cursing. I just enjoy it because
Exactly.
it helps. But this is the problem. Sometimes I need to get the proper emotion across, and words don't suffice. So I use a
So,
curse
so
word
one of the first things you learn
with.
in the first day of law school is that there are two universes in the world. One is governed by rational thinking. The other is governed by irrational emotion. You have to choose from which
Not at
perspective
all,
you
because
want to.
when I decide to curse, I'm not sitting here being irrational. I decided to curse on that spot because it goes
I'm
right
not,
there properly.
I'm not arguing about your right to
What if
curse.
when
I
Jesus beat the thieves out of the temple, you found out he told them to get the
Well, he
fuck
See,
didn't
that being
out?
say
Would
that.
that
He
upset
didn't,
you a little bit? But how do you
no, he
know?
didn't,
How do you know?
yeah, he didn't use the pejorative of that is
you don't know that. How do you
contemporarily.
Were
know
you
that?
because I mean, the
there?
sign of
Were you there,
intelligence is
sir?
being able to say something simply and as like quickly as possible, as
Yeah.
concise as possible, right? So if
Sure.
saying fuck or shit is able to concisely,
It
cut down
doesn't
your
convey anything.
message, right?
It
It
doesn't
does
Of course,
convey
it
absolutely.
anything.
conveys a lot. What
It's
are
No,
you
completely
it's a lie.
explaining
abstract
yourself?
gobbledygook. It's
No, it's
abstract
not.
gobbledygook.
Okay, but which one do you think is going to make a
You
person
say
go away from
gobbledygook
you
and you're
to
getting
say,
us.
to say, will you please kindly turn around
No,
and
I can
walk
give you. I
away,
can
or
give
to
you the
say, how
example.
about you
No,
fuck
I can give you
off?
the
Which
example.
one's going to have
No, I can give you the example.
more?
No, I can give you the example. So
Are
the
we being
patient.
judged in a
Okay.
courtroom right now?
No, no,
No,
I
we're
was.
going over the
I
cursing
was
thing.
never a judge.
Brother Epsilon does not enjoy potty mouth people. But the
Well,
problem
it's
is,
just sloppy.
no, it's not.
Muddies. It muddies the brain. It's
No, it
I
sloppy.
mean,
doesn't.
shit
It
is
gets the
kind of
problem.
I
This is the
guarantee
shit
you,
problem
is
with
I
sloppy
power.
though.
guarantee
To be
you,
This
fair,
is the
shit
problem.
is sloppy.
that people that use pejorative adjectives like that as a substitute for an advanced lexicon simply haven't read enough.
Well, I can assure
V
you
for
that people
Vendetta.
that use long words instead of just saying short words come off as obtuse assholes to
Okay, well
regular people.
let me ask you something. When the 12-year-old goes to the can I
Pontificating and
can I please ask a
pretentious. That's
question?
what you
Can I
sound
please
like.
ask a question?
This is
Well, will you first answer if you are for sure that Jesus didn't tell the thieves to get the
How
fuck out? I
how
just
yeah.
want
I'm
Order
to
in the
sure he
court.
know,
didn't
Order in the
flip the
like,
court.
where's
Where's
tables.
your
the gavel?
evidence?
how
I'm
can I
sure
be
he
sure of
didn't
that?
flip the tables and tell them to
How
leave
can you
nicely.
not be sure
I'm
of
sure
it?
Jesus came in, kicked it, and saying, "Get the fuck out this
Right.
temple."
Okay.
Fuck
So when
out.
when the 12-year-old goes to the otolaryngologist for tonsillectomy, and the surgeon,
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
the
And when I
medical
put her
doctor.
on
Is that
four and
before
I
or after
pull
he
out
goes to
this,
the podiatrist and the
Well, it's
orthopedist?
after he visits your mother.
oh,
Oh, well,
this.
she's
Oh,
dead,
look
so
how
her grave
Fringe
is
Oh
is in
yeah. Oh
here.
Texas,
yeah. Oh
so.
wow.
So the
Yeah.
giant C word,
This is
the
So
how
giant C
sophisticated.
What
word
basic
would
So
ass
is my
Jesus
sophisticated.
preferred.
do?
The
Yeah.
What
giant
would
C word
Jesus
is
Because
my
do?
there's
pejorative.
gonna be more people
Forget
sitting
the
in hell
Oh,
with
forget
cunt?
the
you.
fuck out of
You're
your
talking about,
giant cunt. That's my
Listen,
pejorative.
oh, I
yeah,
love
listen.
that word, cunt.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's gonna be more people sitting in hell that don't like to curse and pretend to be real Christians than there is gonna be atheists. Because I'm sure God is gonna be like, "Yeah, I fucked up when I made you. I didn't put stuff out there for you. You were being true to your heart." Whereas those some motherfuckers like this motherfucker are gonna be there like, "I truly believe." Like, you lying sack of shit. I know what you thought. You used this as a tool. And I'll be sitting in the cloud with Jesus, surprised it's real, laughing at your ass.
Well, I just want to say thank you because I just came up with a t-shirt that cursing is for cunts.
Exactly.
So hit me
Exactly.
up if you guys want one. Thank you.
That's the pejorative they use in Australia. So that's their preferred pejorative, and they use it in every way, shape, and form.
Oh,
What Jesus did say to
motherfucker can be
the
used the
whore.
same way as cunt.
What Jesus
Motherfucker
did say to the whore.
is a noun,
No.
verb,
You got
action,
it
verb,
all confused. You
pronoun.
got it all confused. What Jesus did say to the whore after he stopped her from being stoned was, "Go forth and sin no more." He didn't say you get it.
And then married her and had
Yeah, well,
children.
whatever. But
Yeah, you know about
whatever the
that.
case may be,
Anyways,
Yeah, but
hallelujah on
What a
you
high
don't
surprise
to
get
you, my
you
Jesus
don't
fellow
get
said.
you don't
cunts.
get a free
Thank
pass
you.
for being an idiot, right? You don't
well,
get a
of
free pass
course you
for being
do.
a
No,
The
but
fool.
do I
dumber
get a
you
free
are,
Charge her
pass
with
for
the
being
BMW,
a
don't you?
less
cunt? I
God can
want to know
judge you for.
that.
Let me tell you something. If a person doesn't know about Christianity and he dies, he automatically goes to heaven.
Okay,
If
well
you go and tell him
that's your
about
belief. That's your
Christianity,
belief, and
no, that's true.
the
Because
idea of heaven is
if a
the
person has
oversimplification that.
never wait a minute. If a
But
person
that's the simple
is a
person.
no, that's you. That's in your world. If you go to a tribe that has never met humans and one of them died, they go to automatically to heaven according to your Bible because they've never heard the word of God. But you go over there and tell them, yo, Jesus is real, and they'll be like, get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what that is. Now they die and they go to hell because they didn't believe you. That's how that shit works. You're the evil person for telling them about Jesus.
So I never proclaimed to be a proselytizing Jesus fanatic. I didn't bring Jesus up. It was brought up in the room by you.
No, no,
It kind of
no,
seems
no.
like
You did.
So when you
Hey,
that's
said the
your.
most
play the tape.
high,
You need to
who were
remind me.
you
I don't know.
referring to?
I
Yeah,
object.
Who's the most
Object. I
high?
object.
that,
Echo.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank
yeah,
you.
that sound is perfect for the election cycle we're in. That's the Donald Trump theme song.
Oh, Lord have
The
And
mercy.
Echelon theme
Kamala.
song.
Stupid.
Bunch of
Can
gobbledygook.
somebody get the conspiracy one for Kamala since she's elected by elites and not
No,
regular
the
people?
reality is that
Can
Americans.
Echo, can you please define what you meant when you said the most high? Were you talking about God, the Christian God? Just define what you
The
meant.
Most High, me. This is my second one, back to back, son.
It's the Echelon thong song.
Ramen.
So if you go to the dentist and the dentist says you have an infection that I can't fix for
But
you,
who is the
Listen,
most
hold on,
high
hold on,
that
hold
you
on,
were
hold on,
referring
hold on.
to? Can you just define who the most high is? Just answer the
who,
question.
me?
Yes, you referred to the most high when you were talking about cursing earlier. Who were you
I
referring
don't
to?
recall using that language, so I apologize. I don't know what you mean.
Dong, dong,
Oh,
dong, dong.
right. Okay.
Anyway, anybody got a 2-minute rant? Come get it off your chest.
I got it if I can, please. Give me
All
2 minutes
right,
and I'd
come
love
on.
to say
Let
it.
somebody else go. You've been
Well,
ranting since you
let
got
me
in
just
this
close with
bitch.
this. Let me just close with one thing, okay? So
All
people
right,
go to the
go ahead,
dentist.
close it up. If not,
People
boot you.
go to the expert, the dentist.
He's very addicted to the
Okay, me
dentist.
too. So that's why
He's
I've kept all
got
my
a
teeth
tooth
at
fetish.
57. That's why I've got all my teeth at 57 and I'm in good shape. I've
I have
had
You
never had a
57.
dentist
57? No
tell me that
wonder
I have an
you mad.
Same
infection
Yeah,
You
that
piece,
like
old
bro.
as
but
Dong,
you
shit.
goes
know,
in
dong,
your
dong,
mouth
you
now.
dong.
guys, you guys don't, the problem is
That's
that you
why
guys
you
don't
mad.
want to
You
learn.
just an
Guys
old
don't,
fart. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to
Yeah,
mute
this
you. My
guy's probably
fault.
you
like one
just,
of them car crash lawyers, chasing ambulances and
no,
Yeah.
shit.
no, I was a national, I was
Hey,
an
there's
intelligence,
nothing
Who
wrong
is
with car
this? Is
crash
that
After a while,
lawyers.
alien
you're
got
listening
like?
into your
I was the
monocle and
national
stick that
security
had a
and intelligence
nunchuck
service.
under
Oh,
Dong,
wait.
dong,
sticks
dong,
that are
Oh
dong.
my
suffering
god.
from
Yeah,
erectile
Yeah, you can go on. I
dysfunction.
mean,
It
what?
is
Who
Yeah,
gives a shit?
literally
I mean,
the
who
stick
fucking
that
cares?
swings.
Yes. Keep it going. This is ADHD. ADHD on blast. Let's go.
people don't want to be told what they don't want to hear. It's a fact.
Sounds like a lawyer from the DOD to me.
Yeah, like I've been trying to
I
tell
miss the
you,
old echelon.
Jesus is
Carl,
not holy
You
Carl
didn't
and
have
there's
to
Youngifer.
no
look at your
God, but you don't
doctor's
want to
face
hear
the
it.
whole time.
Oh,
What
Jay, go ahead.
Astral?
Welcome,
Astral
brother.
has his hand up. Like, Astral's
Yes,
had his hand
I
up for
don't
a
I don't see
while.
no hands.
Astral.
Yo, I'm dying. I can't right now.
But the
Come on, man. You gotta
atheists
have something great to
and
tell
the
us.
establishment, they want to be God. They want to say, there's nothing in the world but the Black Pyramid. There's nothing in the world but the Madison Avenue. There's nothing in the world but
Is that
Times
Alex
Square. There's nothing in
Jones?
the
Are
world
you
but
kidding me?
women
He's
on the TV
bankrupt.
shows putting makeup on themselves and running around
Nothing.
narcissistically.
He has nothing to add.
These
He's bankrupt.
No, what are you
disassociated,
talking about,
disconnected
Oh, what are
bro?
you
children,
talking about?
When
artificial
he yelled,
sociopaths, brought up
Alex
like
Jones
robots,
is
Alex
unable to
Jones
bankrupt.
even
is...
commune with
No, he
fellow
He's
men
isn't.
and
got
women in
nothing.
kinship
He's
and
got
honor.
nothing.
Well, not
He's
only is
got
he
what does
nothing.
fortunate
let me tell you something.
children
When
in
he
there.
said they were turning the freaking frogs gay, he was telling the truth, brother.
He has male
That's right.
virility. All right. Have you not seen the those pecs? All right. That
He's
guy's that guy's
impotent.
got
He's
everything.
an
Got a
impotent,
new wife.
infantile narcissist,
Have
just
you
like
tried his
Donald Trump.
supplements?
He can't even get it
I
up.
bet money his sperm count is
Oh
higher
my
than his.
God,
All right.
Echo, finally something I agree with you on, dude. Wow. Okay, we just found common ground.
Well, this is
Yes.
the thing. Alex Jones is low hanging fruit. He was wrong about one fucking thing, but he was right about 100 others. So this might,
And
and I'm not even an Alex Jones fan. I come from the Bill Cooper wing of the conspiracy world. Bill Cooper and Alex Jones were not friends. I will tell you, I do not have friendly thoughts of Alex Jones when I first got into conspiracy world. All right,
you
but
got
the
to admit though, he
motherfucker
is
was
entertaining,
right.
right? He is highly
He's
entertaining.
entertaining. He's gold.
Yeah, entertaining like going to the friggin' circus to see the clowns.
Or entertaining, like going to church and watching a motherfucker pretend to talk to Invisible Space Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know what church you go to, but that
Oh,
doesn't happen at my
I believe
church.
in Space Daddy also.
Yeah, see? Or
If
what
you
what do you worship?
want to know about the
This guy's
death cult
probably
of the extraterrestrial, I'll tell you all
It's
about
like
it.
one of those American Psycho dudes, you know.
No
Yeah.
one has ever
I've
been
watched
calling Jesus.
F-16s.
If you want to know about the actual church of the death
Thermodynamic.
cult of the extraterrestrial, I can tell you about it.
We heard
Oh,
it the first time.
ass.
We just didn't
Yeah.
care.
Against our
Tell us about the
nation.
dentist's office before you tell us that shit.
God
I
damn
would
it.
love to
Yes.
finish that
We
story.
had the military
I would love to finish the story
commanded,
about the
and she was
patient who gets angry.
very close.
Yeah,
It was
sure. Finish it,
uncomfortable.
brother. No problem.
Bell,
I had to make room for somebody.
endodontistry.
She was very beautiful, though. It's bad to be beautiful. Or good.
Stephen Greer, Space Daddy.
Greater, how's your sister doing, man?
This person
You
sounds
guys,
like he's
and
at the
you're,
dentist here. Is he choking
Yeah,
on something?
Grandpa,
you sound like
You
you're a
okay,
good
man?
human. I really
Grandpa,
can't think bad
you're on the phone again.
Spit it out.
You're on Twitter again, Grandpa.
Greer.
You got to stop twittering.
Greer. Greer? Hold on,
No,
somebody
we gotta
and the last name Greer was the good person. Though.
I've had enough parachute flares for like the next like month or so. Like talk about something
Are you
else. I
sucking down a
swear.
straw?
If I got to talk about another parachute flare, like
Think
I've
about
had enough.
that.
You could be a paraplegic.
Imagine if aliens didn't have like video or photo evidence of anything.
Damn.
Oh,
They would be so freaked out. Like you tell an alien, you stand right there, alien. I'd like you to sing the alien national anthem, and they're like, quack, 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 quack. And then you show them, you videotape them, and you show them doing that. They're gonna go, and their head's gonna fucking explode. You're literally showing them a memory that they had. You have burnt that into a physical medium.
What the fuck was that?
Who's
If
talking
I'm
there? Is
not
that
mistaken, we just witnessed a wasp showing up at a bee's nest and all the bees getting up close to that wasp and giving it lots of love until it croaks.
what
Very
the
effective technique.
Yeah.
gracias.
Ish, you had your hand up, brother.
Yes, please give us some sanity or something.
Well,
A palate cleanser, if you will.
I can't give
Land the
sanity.
plane, dog.
I'm about to come in with something not very palate cleansing, kind of disturbing, but in a good way. We were just talking about, RH.
That's what I told her.
Yeah. Look, I just put these two things in the nest. Look at them if you want. I'm going to delete them soon, but this idea of the RH negative thing is fascinating because of toxoplasmosis. Astral, in your space earlier, remember they were mentioning the Cherokee blood? Well, it turns out that Cherokees have a 30 to 40% incidence of RH negative, which is compared to the 15% among the regular American population. Now, what's even more fascinating, if you want to get really dark, ranty for a moment, a study I linked in there, it shows that people who have the COVID vaccine have a 35% incidence rate of breakthrough toxoplasmosis upon getting COVID again. It's interesting. It raises some points because I haven't fully explored it yet, but COVID is not what it seems like. There was much more to that story than meets the eye. It's a very controversial point, but something fuckery was going on with that. Just think about it, right?
I have an idea behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
What if it was aimed to pick out the hybrids?
That I think that is a possibility.
Because what's the theory? Aliens, the only way.
How,
Like
Wakata,
a
how?
generic Wakata theory right there.
Wait, but hold on. the only sickness that is known for these things to happen, allegedly, is respiratory diseases. As far as on their skin, they don't have any germs or anything. They have a great immune system, but they're vulnerable to respiratory shit. I don't know. My conspiracy brain goes into overdrive and I start thinking about stuff like
Here's
that.
my conspiracy brain part of that is that through COVID and everything that surrounded it, they put in things in people's bodies that allow NHI to better interface and interact with them. And as wild as that might sound, pay attention to how much crazier the world has gotten since 2020. I mean, there could be prosaic explanations for this, but that's kind of the thesis I'm homing in on, is that they put stuff in people's bodies that allow, interactions with
I mean, you
aliens.
I'm
think
gonna
like
tell you
you
why.
think they're preparing for like an invasion and they're kind of fucking with our bodies. They're kind of
The,
poisoning us slowly,
the
to kind
Alessandro
of weaken
angle.
us. I mean, that's, the
Well,
Batman
check
angle,
this out.
right?
Well, check this out. Um, shit. What was it that this motherfucker just said? It just had put me on the thought. I'll tell you why the world has been going crazier. A lot of people where I'm at during COVID, over here, motherfuckers was already broke. So this whole idea that people like, oh, we're struggling and shit, motherfuckers was down here like it's a Tuesday. But everybody got free money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers started getting mad money. And then the motherfuckers that had these bullshit jobs, were all of a sudden being told, hey, you're an essential worker. You're the most blah, blah, blah person. You know, we need you over here working and all this shit. And, then as soon as COVID was over, these people stopped getting that extra pay and all that, and they get pushed to the side. Now it's like, so I just went from making $18, $19 an hour. You want me to go back to working for 11? And a lot of people was like, yeah, fuck that. And there has been this anger towards the Biden administration because they were the ones that quote unquote started cutting that off. And I don't even mean to bring politics into it, but I'm just saying that's how a lot of people were looking at it. And when they talk about Trump, oh, at least when Trump was there, he was giving us some money. That is literally the way you're going to hear people talk about it where I'm from. So, like, as far as things getting crazier, people have decided to, like, more people have unplugged from this whole wanting to work situation and shit. So you're seeing the infrastructure tremble because these people getting older, the smart people, and you don't have enough regular people that want to go to work to hold up these, institutions. They're all built on the backs of, motherfuckers just doing regular labor. So that's how I see it.
I mean, there's probably many, many reasons why the world's getting crazier and crazier. I just wouldn't rule out the possibility that, I mean, obviously COVID had an effect, but it's like, to what degree was that effect? There's many,
Right.
our systems are kind of crumbling, the fractures are showing, and, the sooner we wake up to that and realize that, hey, we have the power to decide what we accept as a society, and that, hey, actually we write the rules. Who the fuck are we in debt to? Like, it's like they say the whole world is in like a
No, it's
$100
mostly
debt.
China. It's
Well, I mean,
32
no, that's actually not
trillion.
true.
We pay 800 billion a year, or 800
That's
million.
actually not
Hey,
true.
Greg,
Like,
if you
we're
start up,
actually
I'm going to kick
in
you out
debt.
again.
Like, who, me?
No, Greg, you're not
Oh,
Greg. You're
yeah,
Greg.
man. We're in debt to
Oh,
the federal bank, the Federal Reserve. We're not in debt to China. Like, most of our debt's to the Federal Reserve. But
Most of our
personally, I think that we're kind of running out of resources. That's what I think is going on. I think that our, like, way of
Can I
life
ask a question real quick?
around the world is not sustainable.
Who owns the land that the Federal Reserve is on?
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, do you want me to look up the deed right now? I don't know.
Yeah, I would
Bob
love for you
Barker,
to do that. It's very,
Rosie O'Donnell,
very
Batman.
interesting.
I mean, I don't know. Tell me. Like, just tell us.
Nobody. I looked it up. I mean, Google says
Nobody.
nobody owns
Nobody.
it. So who owns
Then what was the point of your question?
I don't know who owns the stuff that is on land that's not owned.
I would assume the federal government owns the land that the Federal Reserve Bank owns the land. The Federal Reserve Bank is a private bank. They probably own the land or they don't. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Like, the point is, like, I think that we're kind of running out of resources. I think that our way of life, our consumer-based capitalistic way of life, is just eating the world up. There's no way that this is, like, sustainable, right? There's no way. Like, we gotta be, we have, like, a bunch of water shortages, there's cities that are entirely dependent on, like, other types of reservoirs. Like they don't even have, their own like supply of water. Like I know out west, check out Lake Mead. It's like that's going dry. I mean, this has got to be like a worldwide thing, right? We're kind of like our decadence and our, excess is kind of coming to a tipping point. That's what I think's happening. But then again, I also, thought that, I don't know. I've been wrong before. Probably wrong here, but.
Well, you know what I am looking at that is not often spoken of is how much of the U.S. Treasury that Japan and China own, and what would happen to the United States if they decided to cash in. Japan owns, 556 billion? It's like 1.1 trillion, and China owns 749 billion. What would
wouldn't
we do
worry
if they
about that though.
cashed? But you see how quickly they
Nothing.
could cripple us.
No,
No,
they
no.
can't. They
All
absolutely
we're gonna
can't.
do is bomb them as soon as they try to collect.
Well,
We're gonna
yeah,
run off on the
true.
plug.
No one's
That's
gonna bomb
horrific.
anybody. Like we're entirely dependent on each other for many different
Yeah,
things. Like our economies
yeah.
are
But
entirely dependent
worst
on each
case
other.
scenario, no. If everybody decides to get together against the United States, we're just gonna blow everybody up. I'm telling you right now. Like I'm not even kidding. If it ever comes to the place that the United States seems like it's gonna fall, like Rome is about to tumble,
No.
they're gonna make sure that the whole world crumbles, and it's gonna be another race to build back up. I'm telling you.
Here's how the collapse will happen. Everything will just get a little bit shittier, slowly and slowly, year after year, which it's kind of have been, right? Like think back to the 90s. It seemed like a different time. Even 10 years ago seemed better than it is now, right? Slowly things are just going to become more expensive, more shitty. Like life is going to become less high quality, and it's just going to get like that until eventually you're just squeezed and we're all living in,
Already
little boxes.
Granted, that's already happening. I want to respond though. I don't think that
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
You're not going to steal my point away from me like that, or I'd see what you're doing.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not. I don't
Let me
think
have my plane, all right?
Sure. I don't think we're running out of resources. I think the problem is the systems of governance we have right now heavily limit human potential for productivity. I think we can be it's the systems that are limiting us, not the Earth's natural ability to provide. And the second thing is, I forgot. I'll get back to it. What were we just talking about? What did you just say?
I don't know. You're telling me how, you were, I don't know, stealing my point that I was, was thinking of for like an hour. It was going to be my smart point, so I could seem smart, and then you just take it from me.
You don't have to seem smart. You already are smart. Like, there's nothing to prove. But the important thing is, okay, what I see happening is this. Half of society, the bottom half of society, is going to have life becoming increasingly harder and more expensive. They're going to struggle more and more and more. But the upper half of society, especially the elite, are going to gaslight the lower half of society into thinking that actually things aren't getting better. And actually we have a plan for this, but things are going to continue to get worse. But they're going to consistently be gaslit by the upper half, while things get progressively worse for one half and better for one half.
You mean like a George Bush, like a George Bush war between the haves and the have-nots?
Let's go over the walls at the gated communities. Let's just take them out. Let's just take from the rich then, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what the fuck?
Let's get out there and burn down a target, all right? Right? I mean, that worked, right?
No,
let's diplomatically come to an understanding.
Revolution, baby. Viva la resistance.
We can fix a lot of this stuff very simply.
I said burn down a target. I didn't say rob.
You said take their houses.
I mean,
listen,
I would say
go over the ones they aren't in. Take their vacation homes, guys.
Maybe
listen. You want to
their waterfront property.
You weren't here. It's ours now.
No, listen. You want to slow down. Like take some of the weight off the people at the bottom. Create a UBI, and there's money to create it, and there's ability to just remove the cap from Social Security. The only motherfuckers that pay into Social Security is the people making $100,000 is the max that you have to if you're making to put.
Factories.
So if you make 200,000 or 1 million, your first $100,000 is the only one that gets taxed for the Social Security. Just let everybody pay into it, and then you'll have more money than you need, and you'll be able to give a kickback to everybody. I'm telling you, it'll work.
Fuck yeah,
we could also start printing our own money, all right? You get a really nice printer, we could print our own currency. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll be paying $1,000
for a roll of paper. You'd be better off just wiping your
Did you
ass with
guys
a
look
$100
at
mean,
that
bill.
land
I
where all
I
them
would not want
printing
to,
money
I
printers
mean, I
sit
would
on
share a
that
cell with you.
land
You
and
know,
who
you'd be my
owns it?
brother. You know,
I don't know who owns stuff that what?
do they
Yeah,
have
listen,
TV
you know who
cable in
owns stuff?
prison? Do you know? Like,
The people with the weapons. That's who owns everything. The motherfuckers that got more guns than we
Who's
do.
got the
Those are the
bigger
people
stick?
that own it. That's it. They got the bigger stick and the bigger dick, and we just gotta take it.
I mean,
What
that's
if we have
questionable.
defense?
It's up
What
for
if can
debate.
defense be like a
Like
shield?
Chaz.
Right. If you're gonna line up and be the first one to take it,
What
you're gonna
Yeah,
about
have to
man,
like
take.
we'll
drones though? If we get
stand
like a
behind you.
wall of drones, like fucking Star
I'll
Wars,
take the stick if you take the dick.
for you, anything, bro, if it'll save you from whatever you need to do.
All right, so march on the Capitol tomorrow. Is that what we're
Is
doing?
this
Right?
intellectuals here? What are we talking about?
Oh, we are. Have you not noticed the level of intellectuality that we got going on here?
I feel like we're a bunch of drunk
Dude, this is
degenerates.
slamming, dude.
No, that's just you. That's just projection. I'm sorry that's your feeling.
So
But I am telling you right now,
yes,
that motherfucker
that
back there is
What
not
are you talking
real.
over the bass
yes,
for? Hey,
holiday. Yes, injected in
bass
my
is
veins.
slamming.
Not real. Exactly.
God damn it! Are you that woman on the plane?
We're
Why
all
did
that.
she target a black guy? It's like she was delusional, but just wanted to target a black guy. It's like attractive fucking like middle-aged white person. Like just you are not real. What the fuck? Who gave her drugs? Like did the government like slip drugs into her fucking water or something? Does she have a husband or that can vouch
The
for her
government
behavior?
slipped drugs into
Like
all of
on
our.
some real shit.
Um, you know,
Fucking A, that was weird.
yeah, we live in a weird world. Mendy, the thing you just posted in the nest, the implants thing is very interesting, right? So entertain this
I said
hypothetical.
weird. That was my fault.
The,
That
Oh my
was
God,
Greg,
Ishrak. All right.
Greg.
Hey, so
with
that
the,
song you just
mhm.
sent me, I thought that it was like in the space. So that's why like I was sitting there and I was like, man, this track's slamming. I thought that somebody was playing that music like in the space right now. It was just the video that you sent me playing in the background in my TM. So I'm sorry guys for talking over. I thought the entire space was like hearing this like, you know, techno track or, you know, this like
It is
drum and bass.
This?
No, I mean, it was a bit better than that, but yeah, my bad guys. I didn't mean to be
Yeah,
an asshole.
do it.
I thought the whole space was like co-opted by this track. Like, yeah, sorry.
Yo, dude, can we get another shout out for Asylum Imagery? Alex Jones's Gay Frogs. Check them out.
Yep.
That's hot.
Alex Jones was right, man.
he was right about a
You
lot of
got
stuff.
you don't gotta like somebody to give a motherfucker credit. Bohemian Grove, everybody, oh, that's a conspiracy. No motherfuckers. We seen what they do back there. Bang! All of a sudden, you people are weird. Ba 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 ba. Alex Jones talked about all types of dumb shit, man. Fluoride in the water and all this bullshit. I'm not a fan of him, but he was right. He was wrong about one thing. A very big, big one thing. A big one thing.
You
But
guys know that Donald Trump's vice president, he is connected to this guy named Peter Thiel. I'm sure you guys know Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is the president of the American Bilderberg Group. Which is basically like, you know, supposed to be the
put
Illuminati.
put that in your pipe
Basically,
and smoke it.
I don't know. And he's connected to
Well,
like
you
a
know
bunch
it's
of
all
different.
one big club and none of us are in it, right? So just remember
Exactly.
A
that.
la
Yes.
George
Carlin.
Carlin,
I love
baby.
Carlin. Yeah. I wish we had him still.
Me too, you
Oh
guys.
man, could you imagine what George Carlin would be right now? He would
Good,
be going
good
so
Lord.
hard on cancel culture. Oh my
Yeah, he
god.
would.
Oh, hold on, please listen to this. Listen to Alex Jones on Rogan. Just listen.
Where do you think the contact with the aliens came from? When did that start? You know, I'm not going to get into it. I need to hear about aliens. I know you already know all the show. Hold on a second. It's always, but I want to ask you this because I don't know. Oh yeah, right. We're in contact with aliens. Like what kind of shit? Here's what's happening. Because it's not just one group of aliens. What's the different groups? The big five. Okay, tell me what's going on. Let me begin. Because this is really, I'm telling you, Joe, this is a real deal. We're listening to you. Well, first off, elves is the main group. Okay. And they call them the elves. The clockwork elves. I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore. There are bad things that look like elves that have horns when they show you who they really are. Damn. They're bad aliens. I'm with you. AI is alien. Like a robot? Yeah, they're like robots coming to kill you. Jesus Christ. The chimeras are alien. And there's a hive mind sort of thinking to a lot of this. They want the organs. I swear on my kids I told you the truth about that. I believe you. They're coming after everybody. Jeez. It's a breakaway civilization, dude. We don't know what they got. Joe, they're control freaks. Well, everybody's that's why I'm so glad you're in the fight now. These guys are on stuff that like nobody even knows. What do you think they're on? Stuff they've been given. Okay. I understand what you're saying. You know, there's like armed guys with machine guns. That is a group of people that were obsessed with combat. About the most fearless killers there are. Do you think that's from the heritage of war? I mean, it's just like, it's mental illness, man. Yep. That's a fact. Where do you think...
What are your thoughts?
Well, I
Do you
mean,
guys believe that?
Yeah, go ahead, Grady.
Do you guys believe that there's like fake humans out there, like body doubles, I guess, or like clones, I guess? 'Cause you know how some like celebrities, how I mean even Biden, it's like kind of looks a bit weird lately. You know, granted he's old, but like it's like they have like whether it looks like their skin is like I don't know, they get big puffy faces and it looks like their eyes are like detached. There's their sockets are a little bit.
I was just wondering why donkeys get along with dogs so good.
Live model decoys. The real
'Cause
Emma.
that's a donkey. Yeah, that's my donkey. He protects my cows from coyotes.
Look, here's the thing. Fun. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I can relate to that.
Grider, let me answer your question like this, okay? If I were a super intelligence that were trying to dominate the entire human population, I wouldn't fumble around and just attack and then, go along as the battlefield unfolds. I would develop a long, centuries-long, elaborate plot and then in one fell swoop, a coup de grace and knock everything out. I'd conceal the technology. I wouldn't make my intentions or fully
I have
known.
one problem with that though, is how does that explain people coming back from abductions with like negative experiences? Wouldn't the, non-human intelligence implant like a good experience? Like why would they have people coming back with like bad experiences?
Right. But how seriously does society take those negative experiences and those experiencers? They're not even on the radar as far as public discourse.
I have another problem with this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
My problem with this is why wait till we're technologically advanced? They were obviously here a minimum of 200,000 years ago.
Something about our evolution, right? I mean, like we've evolved.
Right. So yeah. So I don't think it's about any taking over stuff. They could have done this before we even knew what the fuck how to do a pulley. You know what I'm saying?
I can answer for that, Wakata. Do you think that they're physical beings just like us that can conquer us the way we conquer each other? Or okay, but consider the other possibility. They're not physical beings. They're different vibration and different density. And the technology we create, basically, we've created our own kind of prison for them, and we've established the infrastructure which then they can manipulate to their ends once it's all set up. Like once we set up a super AI, think about it. All of our lives are completely dependent on technology now,
Yeah, okay, but check this out. I see this as you have a physical aspect as actual aliens with bodies, and then there might be a dimensional aspect. What is this dimensional aspect? I don't know. If somebody comes in contact with a dimensional being, it is literally up to how you think of things. Because something dimensional could very easily be also recognized as something spiritual, as something from a different density or vibration, however, whatever word you want to dress it up with. We don't know what the difference would be. So I feel like dimensional or shadow biome or something that is sharing a space with us that we can't interact with. So there might be something like that, but as far as physical, like we see in bodies, we're seeing craft, something dimensional to me wouldn't need a craft.
Where have we seen physical bodies? Where, other than the government reporting it, where have we seen physical?
Nazca mummies.
Okay, well, even if you want to use that as the kind of, center of that argument, that's still just one case, and they're not living beings. They're literally mummies, right? The main thing.
There's 150 of them.
Sure, but they're still mummies. They're corpses. And the main thing I want to stress, man,
Well, it's showing that there is a physical aspect to this.
it's showing that there is a vestige of a physical aspect. It's not showing the presence of a live, conscious, physical alien presence. There's a distinction there.
Well, if these things were alive and interacting with humans 2,000 years ago when they believed this was, that is very clearly indication that these things were interacting with us in a positive way, because they were definitely taken care of. They were dressed up and put together in this cave in a respectful manner. So it wasn't the way you would treat something you hate or something that was trying to conquer you, right?
Yeah, for sure. And just to be clear, I don't rule out the physical being part. I don't rule anything out. Anything is possible. I just know for a fact the interdimensional thing is a real thing. I know
Oh
that.
yeah,
And
I don't disagree with you with that. I
both,
100%. I believe there's a dimensional aspect, but I don't know if we know the difference of which one does what.
yeah, that's fair. All I'm suggesting is the question about why would they wait till now. There could be many reasons for that. There could be many, many reasons for why they would wait for a certain point. And then the last point to what Mendy just posted about the implants, it's interesting. If you think about the implants, could it be possible they were doing research all these years to figure out how they could design a way to put implants in as many people as possible by studying our genomics, our biology, and then also whatever their tools are to, put that within people. Then you hear all this talk about microplastics and, like it's dirty, man. It's a dark rabbit hole. No one really has the answers for sure, I don't think. But again, consider that possibility that the people they've abducted and put implants in, they were literally just test subjects. They're just experimenting along the way, but we're not really sure what purpose that's serving yet. But be bold in thinking about what that purpose could be, because there could be a grand purpose. It's not going to involve just some random people that they're going to just probe for no reason, right? There's a reason they're doing these things. So then I asked myself, if they wanted to put implants in as many people as possible, what would that look like? And then I think about, a global vaccination kind of agenda, just throwing it out there.
Well, but the thing is, that could have just been done with the regular flu shot. The regular flu shot, millions of people get it. If you're adding some type of microchipping technology, it wouldn't change the formula or any of that.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Let me just be clear. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. But
I am. I didn't take the fuck that
as
vax. I don't give a fuck.
as we develop into microtechnologies and nanotechnologies, just think about it. Nanotechnology is a huge thing. Like the things they could slip in, that wouldn't even be
Yeah.
detectable unless
No,
they're.
I agree with you, but I just feel like if they wanted to do that, I don't think causing a mass mandatory vaccination would be the best way. People were already taking vaccines that were mandatory. All you had to do was slip it in one of those. Every baby gets fucking 19 fucking shots before they're 2 years old. Just put it in that one, in one of those. I don't like the pandemic. I seriously, I don't, was there a conspiracy behind that? Yes. Were they testing to create a weapon? Yes. Did they mean for it to get out? I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. But my conspiracy brain says the way that it affects certain people and not others, it seemed to be more like it was attacking certain proteins of people's DNA, maybe, and to me that could be a way of attacking some type of fucking hybrids. I don't know. Welcome to our 2-minute rant. Come get it off your chest. It's your boy Kim Kata, and we have our boys in here, Ish, Grider, and the ladies, V, Mendy. In the crowd, we got our boy Smith, what's up? Holiday Jesus, Brother Red Pandas, Dr. Screen, Blue, Jake Raz, Gerard, what's up? A Japanese name I've never seen. I don't know. Make your wish come true. What's up? How are you? Lovely vibes. Ray, hello. Asylum Image, what's going on? Love the work, bro. We need to start getting you more shout outs. Your work is amazing. Adam and Doxson. Okay. Dragon Doxson. Nice. So yeah, man. We're just if you have something you want to rant about, we give everybody 2 minutes, get it off your chest, and then we're just talking about UFO stuff, man. Has anybody looked into Richard Drizzle or Bizzle? Richard Bissell, a very interesting man that UFO community should be speaking about or searching and doing their internet stuff. What's up, Panda?
What up? My rant is about Scientology. Did you see what I clipped from the new Jesse Michaels interview?
No. Is that the one with Sheehan?
Yeah, the new Sheehan. Listen to this.
I got it in front of me. I haven't listened to it.
This was the stuff. I mean, the Church of Scientology, you're not aware of it, that their highest principle in the Church of Scientology is all to do with UFOs. Really? So, yeah. They believe that there is a major confrontation going on between the human-like people from the Pleiadians over and against the Reptilians from Zeta Reticuli. And that there's a major confrontation going on over which of them is going to actually assert major relations with our planet.
Do you agree with that worldview?
No, I don't.
But Swan was like fully in with the Scientologists.
Oh, yeah.
Giving
Me
them
too.
information on the
Outed. Swan is a Scientologist. Outed on. No, I'm just kidding. But it is interesting. Like I've been saying, bro, people would be surprised how much their lore overlaps. And I said this on Logan's Space, so that I know what's there. Sorry for repeating myself, but there's no other. Is there any other religion that has Zeta Reticuli in their lore? Is that anywhere in the Bible or the Quran? No. But it is in Bob Lazar's account. It is in Betty and Barney Hill's account. So they're up in front on this UFO shit, but there's none of them here. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Homeboy was remote viewing and he didn't even know. He was just he was a remote writer. That would be a turn of events, right? We find out was Hubbard was a conduit for ETs.
Realistically, what would you do if you found out Elizondo was a Scientologist and like also Eric Davis and Pudov?
I wouldn't care. I want to know if what they're saying is true. To be honest,
I probably think, I wonder what Brother Red thinks about it. You know, that's probably the first thought that would come into my head. Like, seriously, that's the first thing I would think of.
Is Brother Red popping champagne?
For me, religion is the same. For me, there's not much of a difference. They all believe some weird shit. The only reason we think Scientology and Mormonism are like extra weird is because they're newer. Literally, they're the new kids on the block. In 200 years, they'll be just the same as all the other religions.
Grad, do you have any thoughts on that clip I played?
I do not. No.
I do.
I have no idea who was even speaking, so, yeah, sorry.
That was Danny Sheehan.
He's like the lawyer, right?
Lou Elizondo's lawyer, Stephen Grier's lawyer, and L. Ron Hubbard's old lawyer back in the day, in the 70s.
Well, he was more than that. He was also a presidential lawyer. The guy that did the Iran.
True, Iran-Contra, yes.
Like he's been around. He's got a lot of stuff that doesn't have to do with UFOs. But I think female reptilians are sexy. So that's the only thing I've ever worried about that he said, and I'll never let it go.
Did you see the Che Guevara assassin call him a liar? Let me see. I have this really ready to go. Here we go.
Do you know Felix Rodriguez? I sure do know Felix Rodriguez. I've taken Felix Rodriguez's deposition.
You took his deposition?
Yeah. Felix Rodriguez, he'll know exactly who I am.
Who is deposing you?
The Iran Contra committee on the Senate side.
Is that Danny Sheehan?
No. That thing had nothing to do with Iran Contra. Danny Sheehan was a liar from the Christian Institute.
Oh, okay.
No, it had nothing to do with
this.
Okay. No. He even had to pay. Everything he was saying was BS. Nothing was true.
So, where do you take for it?
Direct Perception, who I also value his opinion. He's like, I don't know if the shit Danny Sheehan is saying about being Aaron's lawyer is accurate, and he was a Scientologist back in the day. So I don't know. I think a lot of these guys can maybe embellish, and honestly, when you get old, maybe you misremember shit. Probably all the people he's deposed and especially with that motherfucker, all the names he knows. But
okay.
I don't know.
All right. I don't know. Does that really matter? Just curious though. Does it weigh anything?
Well, how many of these let's say that was a straight up lie that he said about the Che Guevara assassin Felix Rodriguez guy. What if how many of those after it adds up is it okay, I don't know if I'd take this guy, you know what I mean?
Hey, I got a 2-minute post, or not post, but rant I wanted to ask real quick. I was on Twitter about fucking a decade ago, and it seemed like fucking you were allowed to say fucking anything you want back then. Now, it seems like there's a lot of fucking Karens, even though fucking goddamn Elon's finally taking over his bullshit. It's like, you can't fucking say bullshit, you can't say rant, you can't say nothing, and then on special that you can't go on spaces and piss off people like you no more. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Elon was supposed to make it all better. It is getting all better, but the thing is, the problem is, it's not Elon, it's the people are getting worse. And that is my fucking rant, because faggots like you. Not you personally, but I'm just saying there's a lot of more fucking assholes out there that doesn't have fucking
This is a good
open
rant.
ears.
This is the rant energy I think King Okada wanted when he made the space.
You have any,
I'm feeling it, and I'm with you, except for the F word, but it has gotten.
Well, I'm just saying, it's irritating as fuck, man. It's irritating as hell. When all I want to do is get out there and say some crap. I'll try to minimize the G language, but honestly, it's gotten worse. It's because now everyone thinks that, oh, well, you can't say that though. Still, it's like, well, hold up. We have free fucking will of speech. It's like, no, we don't want to hear your conversation. Oh, well, it's not about the words no more.
It's repressed, maybe
it's messed up.
Closeted, maybe.
Yeah, I think you just need to go to the forest and yell a little bit, bro. It might help.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, I thought I was in a safe space. And then you guys are telling me to go find.
You say it. The R word's for sure back. The F word, I just don't say it. But you say whatever you want to say.
We're a community of,
see, there's a difference in me and you. You say the F word, the A word, the E word, the B word, the C word, the R word. Well, guess what? I'm a grown man. I can say the actual words. So there's a difference.
Can you say how many beers have you had?
I don't know. Can you count how many beers I fucking whipped up in mommy's titty?
This is Matt Monroe's cousin, by the way. This is Mark Monroe, everyone, in case you didn't know.
No. Matt Monroe is much more eloquent.
All right. Got you. Matt usually gets smarter the more he drinks.
Matt is a fucking sweetheart.
Matt and Mark Monroe, you gotta love them. Gotta love the Monroe boys.
Alright, so I found the origin of Zeta Reticuli, I think. You guys want to hear it?
Oh yeah, that's actually interesting.
It's a guy named William Herman, who was an abductee. In 1979, he identified his point of origin, or that the beings that were contacting him identified their point of origin as Zeta 1 and Zeta 2 Reticuli. And apparently they did that by transmitting to Herman through the medium of automatic writing. I don't know what automatic writing is.
I know it's part of the Betty and Barney Hill thing though too, and their thing was I think 64, but it might have been a post hypnotic regression. Although 79 is kind of late. I feel like Betty and Barney Hill would be
that's the next fucking the very next paragraph it says Betty and Barney Hill.
in 1961, they were the ones who coined it. So,
Do you guys like get in a big old circle and do a group
I fucking hate when I do
jerk
that.
off or some shit like that, or
Yeah,
like,
we
or
do,
do you guys
man.
No,
use
we
those
do
same
things like
like?
study. You
Do
should know what
you guys do the
happens.
hot
Hold on,
squeeze on
brother.
each other?
Hold on. Let me tell you something. You should know, being a crypto person, you get in a group and you start going over information together to get better at what you are trying to do. Right? Right? So that's what we're doing. Don't come pissing on my fucking puddle after I let you come jump in. Go piss outside the pool.
But you just said it was a puddle. So am I pissing in the puddle or the pool?
What's the difference?
Just saying.
Yeah,
Piss
so
Well,
on your
you are right
it
about that.
sounds like you're from the East Coast, so obviously it's a puddle. Because you guys can't afford a pool. So,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
that.
This guy's hating on the East
Hater,
Coast.
bro. King, did you see you made it on
Well, he sounds like he's fucking hanging out with the Ninja Turtles down in fucking Southeast or some shit.
TJ Felony's little flow chart there?
No.
Oh yeah,
What? Oh,
yeah, that was pretty
what flow
classy.
chart?
He made a flow
Yeah, man, he's
chart
got you as one of like the
of
leaders of the.
yeah. I'll put it in
I thought
this.
TJ was a part of the hate group though, right? Like, isn't TJ
Oh no,
like
he
KMS?
is. He's a little KMF simp up the ass. So he
Yeah,
made his little
yeah.
like counter flow chart to counter the Arthur one that Arthur dropped.
Oh, I made a list?
Yeah,
Arthur?
you made the list, bro. You're on the flow chart. I'll put it.
My Arthur, like Arthur Preston.
Yeah. He dropped a flow.
I didn't know he was involved in. Hold on now, dude. We got to talk.
No,
like,
Arthur's a good. Arthur's a good guy. Arthur's one of the guys who sees the bullshit and like isn't afraid
I don't
to
know
call it
about
out.
after tonight. After I got done, me and him, and like I was smacking him up pretty hard.
I don't know, bro. When I tuned in, dude, it sounded like Ty from Disclosure or whatever was saying that Arthur was winning, bro. I'm just and up in the nest.
No, dude, because I just got done wrecking. Dude, I bodied him. Jake, man, I thought we were friends, Jake. What was that thumbs up over there? No, because I got done bodying him. I ended the debate last night, and then you came in right after that when Ty had, basically, cut the debate short because I had wrecked him so hard and was trying to come to Arthur's defense. Did you see the look on Arthur's face? I smacked him up, man. Smacked him up good.
I don't know. He looked like hella in control and like I'm fucking wrecking this kid right now the whole time. Yeah, well, to be honest.
He
had like a little smirk and shit on.
Like I'm your little trigger bot or something. You just like I'm your little like rage toy that you think you can just trigger.
No,
create,
honestly, Grider, I think you're easily triggerable. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest with each other.
I'm confused.
Don't play games with me, right? That triggers me, all right?
Hold on, I'm confused.
Just joking around, by the way. I mean,
I'm looking
not about
at
you.
this,
like I'm dead on about
at this
you.
flow chart. So I'm above UAP, Mike, and Fred. That's a surprise to me. That's what's up. And he highlighted me. Okay.
That's what I was wondering too. I was like, why is King Wakata the only one highlighted right now? What does this mean?
I think right. King Wakata is like an independent, right? Like he's like a.
That's what I was saying.
He's like an island, like nation,
my own little branch.
Yeah, dude. Like you're not affiliated with anyone.
You got Red Panda, right? And then you got Tupacabra. And why is the Tupa crew on top of Tupacabra? And who is the Tupa crew?
TJ Felony, like he just guys.
That makes no sense. We should be the Tupa crew, and then Red Panda, and then Tupa, and then it branches off. He doesn't even know how to make a good flow chart.
Well, I just need to find somebody to swear allegiance to. So, like, whatever group, if anybody wants to recruit me, I'm kind of, I got some baggage, after these past couple of weeks, but, I'm a good soldier, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, I already told him, I've been setting my price. I'm for sale. I told him my price already. $250,000 a year, and I got you.
Oh, well, dude, if we're talking about that kind of money, I'm in.
Yeah. I already set my price. I'm still waiting for the Illuminati to send me a contract.
Also, just to riff real quick, so Moran Lerner posted that the South Park trolls, right, of the Loot Crew, and then KMF's actual wall has like the same picture that Moran Lerner put in the meme. It's pretty funny. It's up in the nest.
Is it life imitating art or art imitating life?
Which one is it?
Oh, hey, Red, by the way.
They love that picture of him, bro. That picture of Lou sitting down, hunched over, looking all somber and shit. That's like That's their favorite one, I think.
So I just want to
I've never,
congratulate you.
dude.
Now the debunker Discord has declared war on me now. Like I've got the entire Discord, has declared war
I got your
since we
back.
do that space together.
Tell them to
Oh, I'm
come
not
this
worried. I
way.
can take these people blindfolded. But
I'll shit
got your
all over their
drama.
cake.
So we're gonna need like a venue to, I think they're gonna. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna say, but they're pretty upset. But like, I didn't even say anything in that space the other day. Like, like I wasn't being mean at all.
Honestly, it was Naga. Naga was kind of coming in heavy. I was like, oh shit, bro. I felt bad, honestly, for inviting her up to speak.
I mean, she
because Naga was,
she was being dishonest. Like, she could have been truthful,
Yeah. Listen, I'm still waiting. I want to debate these mummies with one of these debunkers. They're all texts. I was going back and forth with Wag Boss, but Wag Boss, he has some explaining to do. Because he was putting up some picture that is very sus. That was using a video that is now deleted because the dude was, I guess, being a dick and racist. And those bones on that little chart that he got that are colored were human bones from a fucking Google engine that the guy superimposed colored.
Dude, if you're serious,
that would be, I think, the best debate, though. He seems he seems good faith, and like he would actually like research and shit.
Well, I'm curious to know.
That's probably the best one. Definitely better than UFO
like I can pair with Waboss. I'm friendly with Waboss.
Well,
and
I'm just curious,
dude,
if
I would want to debate you too.
Knows,
like me and Waboss versus you and Megan.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't care.
But I mean, like,
I just want to know if he knows where that video come from, because I want that original video. I'm looking for it. I found the description of it. I found where it was posted on Reddit, but it was taken down. It was deleted because everybody called them out for it. And Wag Boss was running around posting that picture that I told him, like, yo, that's flipped or something's wrong with it. Somebody fucked with it. He was like, no, that's it. I was like, no.
What is that, the one with Angelina Jolie, or like what picture are you talking about?
It's of a X-ray of one of the mummies. I don't know exactly which one, but one of the smaller ones. And hold on one second. It's fucking microwave.
Dude, there's people out there making like fake X-rays and like there's some fuckery going around.
Well, no,
Reddit.
the X-ray. The dude took the X-ray and he went on Google, looked up bones that he was saying, well, this looks like this type of bone. Looked up the bone and then resized them and laid it over top and then colored them to point out that they were allegedly different. Now, this whole idea, the fact that the bones are not even the same density as human bones. There's a lot of things that this whole thing that they choose to throw to the side, but I'm trying to find the video so I can actually, because if we're going to debate, I need to find that video so I can put this thing together very pretty.
If you want to see my debate skills, you can watch the debate that I had with Arthur last night, and it was heavily handicapped in his favor. And just to let you know, right now I've got Mick West coming to validate my debating skills right now in real time as of 3 minutes ago. He's we're kind of friends now, kind of tight.
He said you owned Arthur?
He is literally validating my points right now, where Arthur's calling some flares that I posted a video of. He's calling them fireworks, and Mick West is literally Mick West, the Mick West,
Grida, you did a great job when you misquoted Jeremy Corbell in that debate, mate.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
that's my Mick West.
What did I misquote about? Yeah, all right, so Jeremy Corbell did like an appreciation tweet after the debate was over, left me out of it. I don't think he was very happy with me because I made some joke about, I think it's probably like.
Wait, what do you mean? He shouted out Arthur?
Oh yeah, he shouted out Arthur and the podcast.
Oh, let's go.
No, but
let's go, Ty.
And he left me out of it though, because I made some joke about like, how I wanted to, do like a strip club trip with like Nap and Lazar, and like I guess he took offense to that. Maybe, I don't know. And then I also said that
now you know how it feels.
I also said most of his cases were bullshit. I think that, but that was at the end of it. I don't know. It could be that maybe he took offense to that. But they are. Does he want me to lie?
He hit you with that RPK energy.
I think on a YouTube channel called Eyes on Cinema, and it's an interview with Lear. That's one of our favorite guys who makes that. Oh yeah, that is one of the best YouTube channels. It is one of the best YouTube channels. Red Panda Koala. And Eyes on Cinema. Eyes on Cinema. It's a YouTube channel. Some of the best grabs of UFO footage on planet Earth.
That's what he did to you, Grader.
No, dude.
Get past that guy.
Dude, I completely wrecked Arthur last night, right? He is in a state of ontological shock right now. He's that, that cognitive dissonance. It's coming over it literally was like, he was suffocating last night on cognitive dissonance. And now today now he's saying just anything. Like he's arguing in bad faith. Like I owned him. And I said I was going to own him.
I thought you said you lost.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was being humble,
Dude, I don't know. Every time I tuned in, it was like you were losing, bro. And Arthur was just there, like, scheming with a smile, like he knew he was rocking that shit, bro.
That's because Arthur got, he got 3 hours to tell his, side. That's what we did. For 3 hours, it was him presenting his case, and then I came in for 30 minutes and just, it was over after 30 minutes. And I could have done it in 10. Over. Done. Completely wrecked his entire case, proved that it was... I mean, dude, first of all, I'm an expert on pyrotechnics. I was in field artillery. I have real life experience. I spent 13 months of my life overseas firing artillery every day day in and day out, no breaks. No, it was I was living firing artillery, firing illumination rounds, firing flares. And so I have that combined with just my ability to out-research them, Confirmation bias is a hell of a drug, man. I tell you that much. And okay, so
let me compare the shout out from Mick West that Corbell did for Arthur. Whoever got the better shout out wins from their perspective.
Yeah.
Illuminati Paylord. He wins? Okay.
And just so you know, I was going to be humble, but then Arthur took it to the next level, man. He made it personal. Arthur took this where it's gotten real nasty, man. He kept trying last night to put me in a position where I would either have to tell the truth, which is what I would want to do, or tell what I thought the truth would be, or call the Marines liars. And he kept backing me into that corner where I would have to choose to either call a fellow veteran, call a fellow, person that served a liar, 5 of them actually, or, up to 100, call them all liars, or, I would have to.
You don't think any veterans ever lie, bro?
Dude, I'm not, dude. They lied. All those, dude, there were 92 aircraft up in the air. The base that those Marines were at, the place where they slept, was right next to the airfield where these 92 aircraft were lifting off from. They knew that there was air operations going on. 92, 40,
I think you fucked up, bro. It's because you didn't do the 29-point plan, or the 29-point
I did do the 29-point plan. I did though. Dude,
did it say 29-point plan on a slide at some point during the debate?
No. But I did show off some of my Mick West merch, which I'll I have a tailgate, cover and some bumper stickers. But the bottom line is, dude, I owned Arthur, and he knows that I owned him. That's why he's arguing fake points right now. I owned him, and I wasn't.
I feel like you were singing a totally different tune last night,
dude. Jeremy Corbell literally said he kicked your ass, dude. He said a kick-ass session by Excalibur. A kick, he's kicking ass, bro. The only ass to be kicked was yours, dude.
Well, he also came out and Corbell himself came out and said that the most plausible explanation was flares. Corbell had already debunked this. Corbell knows that it's flares. Everybody knows that it's flares. And Arthur is he was really he was really dirty last night. He was really dirty in that debate. He was not being ethical, not being just, and I told him that. I've told him all of this, but I told him that in private. Today he woke up and it's just started being nasty in threads, started making it public, so now, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns, right? Now it's no restraints. He's tagging the Marine Corps, calling me a liar, saying that I'm calling out these Marines. He's tagging the U.S. Marine Corps and shit. So I started tagging Bill Clinton, Al Sharpton, Jesus, bringing the big guns, I'm just saying it is war now. So it's going to get nasty, and by nasty, I mean highly entertaining. Nothing, we're not going to hurt each other. This is all in good fun, kind of, but he's wrong. He's wrong 100%.
Like I told both of y'all when y'all was talking about, I was like, a better subject, because you already know how I feel about that video.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like
everybody knows what those damn things. Everybody knows, that they were flares. And I mean, I went into the documents to the actual evidence and went line by line and proved that there were so many, that there were 8 flares that were expended. I found the expenditure report. Like, I checked the actual serial numbers, the lot numbers, and like matched them up, that these were 8 Lu-19 flares that were deployed. I found the exact times that these aircraft were over the range. It's like I geolocated, like I was doing original debunk work, not just like parroting, the stuff that like Mick West put out. I still have not looked at any of the work
So,
that Mick West
Grider,
put
with
out.
your point of view, do you think you think the Marines were just lying for shits and gigs, or do you think someone was trying to feed Corbell some bullshit to like get him like?
Dude, I just think that it was something that, like just kind of grew. Like I think maybe somebody. Okay, I think Corbell had somebody that was in the military, in the Pentagon, something like that. That kept an eye out for stuff like this. Videos, stuff
Jay
that could
Stratton, David Grush,
stuff that could
UAP task
be
force,
considered, anomalous, stuff that, has a mystique to it. Videos like the jellyfish, videos like all the other videos. And I think Corbell maybe was buying the videos from this guy, or maybe there was some type of business arrangement. That's
I
what
think
I
it's all the
think
R
based
space
off of.
server. But
Maybe, yeah.
was gonna say, oh fuck, I forgot.
But those are
Damn it.
flares. Those were flares.
Oh yeah. What's the point? So what in this whole narrative that y'all have? What's the specific claims that you think they're lying about?
I mean, dude, just
because
so
they said
many.
it was
I
like
don't wanna...
anomalous IRL, right? Like the Marines think it was some
IRL?
spooky shit. Like in real life, they don't think it's flares. The Marines.
Yeah, they looked real spooked out while they were sitting there, like joking on camera about, like laughing about it. They, said that, oh, I'm freaking out. Like, what grown man have you ever heard in a moment of terror say, I'm freaking out?
Well, actually, it's crazy. All the best
out.
UFO videos, if you think about it, have like nervous laughter in it.
I mean,
kind of wild.
Nervous, but these guys
I
were not
guarantee
nervous. They
you,
were outside in their skivvies, smoking a cigarette, laughing about it. Like, it was on a Marine base. The flares were dropped over the range, which is where you drop flares on that base. Over the range, there were 92 aircraft in the air, including an Osprey that had IR flares that was flying right over that area.
Dude, I love Ospreys. That's like one of my favorite aircraft.
Look, hey guys, hey King, thank you for bringing me up. Grider, Red, Kimball, all you guys, good evening, good morning, good night, good tomorrow morning.
Nice to see you, bro.
Hey, I had the same grief about all this, Grider, whenever especially when that spaghetti, the earring, UAP came up and they were quoting on servicemen saying it was realistic and all that kind of stuff. And you can't comment on the video of it being something else besides a real deal without calling servicemen liars. Okay? When the video guys that are putting out these videos back up servicemen saying that they're realistic and all this other stuff like that, you can't impugn the video without making these servicemen into bad guys. And that's just not right. So it's the guys putting out these videos that are trying to make you into a villain if you say anything bad about the video or about the object. And it's just not right.
Corbell also lies about what the Marine said. Like that guy, Mike Sinkowski, the guy from the Jellyfish, the Marine that wasn't even he was not even an eyeball witness. He was like a third, like hearsay. He just heard about, he heard the story from the people that, saw it happen, like the Jellyfish UAP. But he didn't actually see it. Like, he wasn't there when it happened. So, and then he was being led by Corbell. Like, if you pay attention, like, I went back, cause I studied the Jellyfish UAP a lot. Like, I could talk about the Jellyfish UAP for, hours, 10 hours. But if you pay attention to what Mike Sinkowski said, which is the Marine veteran who, went on Corbell, he was not the one who published, gave the video to Corbell, but he's the first guy who came out as a witness. He said he was very, very careful in what he said about it. Very, very careful. And
he didn't lie about anything, even if it's fake, which it definitely is not. It's definitely not an alien. Just the fact that like he was the counter drone Marine coming in after that, like coming in to replace that unit who had seen the jellyfish UAP, and he said, quote unquote, I was not concerned about it. Well, ISIS was operating in that area of Iraq near Fallujah with suicide drones during that time. So you're telling me that the counter UAV Marine was not concerned about an aerial intrusion over the base, that didn't concern him? So it tells me that that he knows exactly what it is. He's just having fun. And you know what? Fuck the public. That's the bottom line. Like, fuck the public. Like, if they want to believe whatever they're going to believe, then who cares? It's like, that would be my mindset. If I was still in, be like, well, let's have a little fun. Like, it's not going to hurt anybody, right? To kind of go along, as long as you don't lie, blatantly. But one thing about these 29 Palms is that none of the Marines gave their name. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Not a single Marine gave their full name, gave even a first name. They're all anonymous Marines. That's something to be noted.
Grider, do you think you could really talk about the jellyfish UAP for 10 hours?
Easily. I mean, if it was a conversation, yeah, like I could easily debate it. Yeah, dude, I spent a lot of time on the jellyfish UAP. A lot of time, like, yeah, way too much time.
I wanna hear you go off on it sometime.
I won't do it now. Like, I don't want to bore people, but yeah, dude. I mean, any
Ryder definitely could. He's got the VC Smart John Strader gene, low key.
God, you just keep trying to instigate
the
me,
gift
Red.
of the gab.
I mean, I'm just gonna start saying you got that KMF energy, like, that's what I'm saying. Cause because that would annoy you, right? Well, all right. I'll start instigating.
Yeah, I don't like long ass debates. I'm not a fan of them. A debate shouldn't be more than 3 hours, son. 3 hours. 3 hours is the longest a debate should be. And this is like if you got two highly intellectual motherfuckers that know what they're talking about.
Dude, let's set up the Nazca Mummy debate. I'll host it on intros between you, Megan, and who was gonna do it? Grider?
Me and Wallboss versus King and Megan, yeah. Dude, I can argue anything. Dude, I've argued.
I would love that. Like, let's do it.
Dude, I've debated both sides of the moon landing, like, in the same night, like, I've, like, debated pro-moon landing, and then, like, the next space I was debating against it, like,
we believe you.
Yeah,
we believe you,
I don't care, dude. I can argue anything.
Question is, does Wakata have the balls? I don't know.
What are you talking about? I'm dying to step on somebody.
Yeah, we'll probably, we'll definitely.
Nothing personal, Grider. I'm really going after Wog Boss.
Just saying,
Yeah, I'm going after Wog Boss mainly, to be honest with you.
I mean, Wakata
versus Wog Boss.
Like, dude, like Megan, she has like a force field around her, like nothing. Like, I can't say anything, like, I can't even, like, directly question her in, like, a assertive way, because she's just too sweet, man. She has, like, that bubble of sweetness around
Megan's
her.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah. She's the best.
Yeah, she's pretty
No,
good.
listen.
So, I mean,
when I forget the big words, she's the first person I go to. Like, yo, what's that shit called?
Does she have the time to debate it, you think? You think she has the time to devote to, like, the research?
She's already done research.
Research. We already there. The only thing I would have to research is that video that I want to find so I can debunk that fucking, so he never puts that fake ass picture back up again.
You also need to look up a good therapist when we get done waxing that ass, son, because you're going to be in some PTSD after we get done, with what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to destroy your whole brand, you know that? Like, we're going to destroy the entire brand.
I'm just saying, I got more PhDs and MDs on my side than you.
Textbook regurgitation.
Huh?
Textbook regurgitation. PhD.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that sometimes. I like to change my own shit.
Yeah, me too. But I don't find it very useful. I mean, it is.
I've used it long enough to get me through school.
If we do this debate, Grider, the only stipulation is you have to crawl out of that mason jar. So we can't listen to that for 2 hours.
I don't know what, like, dude, like, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with my
Let's
mic.
do the
like,
debate.
I don't get it.
What are you guys arguing?
I don't even know anymore.
I think
Nazca mummies.
I think one of the big things is that until we start sanctioning our own people for blatantly lying about what their witnesses say and about bringing up some of these videos, just like that video the other night about, it was supposed to be about Palmdale, and it was from Hawaii.
Yo, what about freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech is not about freedom to lie. Okay?
Hey,
So if you think
and
freedom to lie is freedom of speech, you're out of your mind.
When you have the
don't
freedom of
watch
speech, you
Corbell.
have the
Like, don't
freedom
give
to lie, but
Corbell and
that's
Knapp any
like,
attention, you know, until they stop, like, parroting, you know, and kind of encouraging these deceptive cases, which is what they are. It's like deceptive media is what they're doing. They're intentionally omitting a lot of facts and a lot of, like, evidence that would, you know, I guess, like, you know, would disprove whatever they're pushing. Like, even when they try to be
Well,
careful, like 29 Palms, they try to
well,
tiptoe
they
around
kind
it.
of
Like,
have.
oh, we're just putting it out there. But it's like you know, they conveniently, like, for 2 years, like, they were supposedly looking into this, and they didn't even come across the data that I found, or the data that John Greenwald foiled, that I looked over, showing that there was 92 aircraft up over 29 Palms at that exact time. Like, you didn't find that in 2 years. They didn't FOIA anything in 2 years. Like, that's, like, tells me that they're being deceptive, you know? So
or
go watch their
lazy.
stuff. I mean, what's the difference?
But yeah, the difference is with the Nazca mummies that it's actual science. We can go and look at the data retrieved by the science, and they put it out publicly. So it's not like they're hiding it, you know?
Okay, but we have to trust, like, because that's one thing that I got to last night with Arthur is, like, this was literally how the debate ended. Is like, he just started saying, well, okay, well, we think that data is faked, and, you know, that's like the new conspiracy. All right, you know, like, after I defeated him with the data that was FOIA'd, he's like, well, the FOIAs were, you know, that was fabricated. All those documents,
Oh
you know,
well,
they could have been faked,
that's
right?
a bit
And it's like,
ridiculous.
fuck off, you know? It's like,
I
oh my
think
God,
I
I was
think
so
you know
mad.
me a little bit better than that.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, when we get you in that corner and you're screaming uncle, or I guess
No corner.
what's Spanish for uncle? Papita?
No.
Papito?
Theo. Theo.
Tio? Yeah, Tio. Oh, when you're yelling
No,
Tio.
because the simple fact is, brother, look, every person that has tried to debunk these, like the llama skull thing, the guy that did that was looking at bad copies. He, quote unquote, doesn't remember where he got it from and never specifies which mummy skull he was talking about. Now, I had to go look at it, and we find out it's most likely Luisa. And Luisa did have DNA done on her hands, toes, and skull, and nothing came back as llama.
I'm gonna put it like this real quick, Wakanda. Like you have your name, right? Your name is your word, it's your bond, and whenever you people, you have a track record of bullshit. I would just put it like my filter's off. So you have a track record of bullshit like Jaime Maussan, right? And then you're coming out with these claims. Well, who's going to invest the money and time to investigate your shit? It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? If you fake a fucking wolf after so many times, people aren't going to give you the benefit. And, there are certain things in South American Latin cultures that, cartels and who knows what, pushes certain things to Gaia. And so, there's some reticence in the community to accept the truth you're pushing. So it makes people take a step back. Like, I'm not credible. Nobody even fucking reads my shit. And I post links. Don't listen to me. I'm just,
I
UFOs
do, Matt.
drunk.
Matt, dude,
Well,
I
I
read your posts
appreciate
all the
it.
time, dude. All the time, dude.
Thank
Like, I
you. Not many
absolutely love your
people
stuff, dude.
do.
Dude, I
Not
even
many
liked your
people
band photo
do.
tonight from the bar, man. Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, that
Good
was
old
so
Texas
nice
boy,
of
like
you.
a good old Texas boy,
Yeah, I'm
man. Like,
just a
how can you
normal
not like
guy.
you?
Like, I appreciate you. Country boys can survive, right, Grider?
Yeah, man. It's all
Listen,
about,
I
dude.
grew up
It's
on
all what you
that
got
fucking
inside that
pig
good heart, you know?
farm. Hey, man, I know what that farm life's like, and I grew up on a pig farm, but my uncle was director of Kennedy Space Center, and he did land a plane from space. So, I'm just a good old boy, never meaning no harm.
Amen, brother.
Daisy Dukes, man. Them Daisy Dukes. Every time you say it.
Fuck yeah. The second one, like the modern day one, who was it Jessica Simpson playing Daisy Duke? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's some snap there, right? Even Ricardo would be like, oh yeah. Jessica Simpson's Daisy Duke. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, that
boy.
was the guy in me. That was the guy in me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, listen, guys. If you guys are enjoying the show, enjoying the rants, enjoying the back and forth, don't be afraid to hit that cash app.
Contribute.
Don't be afraid to hit
I don't
that
do Cash
coffee.
App. I don't do Cash App. Like, I Cash App somebody, and next thing you know, I got so many hits against my fucking, like, account. Like,
Yeah, dude,
people
I don't
try
want
You
to be
to,
can't be
involved in
I
like
cash
don't even
apping.
do
a
Cash
drug
App. No,
investigation or
fuck
something.
Cash
DEA
App.
You
looking at my
can't
cash
cash
app or
app the
something.
CIA, bro. You cashed app the CIA, they're gonna fuck with your shit.
No, dude, I Cash Apped
Dude, if I cash
Tupa
app
back
you,
in the
King, I'll
day.
be a part of like a federal investigation, man. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, man. I
I
can't
don't
fuck with you
Cash
on that
App
tip.
many people. I Cash App one other person and my uncle. And so I don't fuck with Cash App anymore.
That's all right, brother.
I'm more a buy me a coffee
I
type of
got one of
guy.
those too. Swing by and grab one too, brother. I'm
Oh
in
my
there.
God,
I'm in all of them
King,
joints.
have you seen this?
Yeah.
The Mummy Rock that was posted by V. I think she already left.
Yeah, I seen it at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, King, I'm dying to know. All right, so what is the Latino Battle League? All right, because I was
Latino
searching.
Battle League.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started the first all Spanish battle rap league in the United States. Like we were rapping in Spanish. We had a couple sister wings that opened up in Mexico already had their shit popping. But Cali, Texas, we did a bunch of stuff, man. I'm good at that
Dude, that's
shit.
tight.
Yeah, son, I used to, man, listen, undefeated. I cooked a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, just to let you know how I found that is like I've been downloading spaces, downloading like some spaces to make like collections and all that. Not for anything, malicious or anything, but just to like have a collection to get transcripts, just to kind of, learn about what's been, like just to learn stuff, and I've been downloading like a bunch of yours, and which I guess I'll be using now for, doing my research for the debate, and I'll share the PDF with you. But I downloaded it. But when I first like searched, for you in this like space database, it popped up one of your old accounts, and that was like the background was like, the Battle League, the Latino Battle League. It had like two women, like as the cover.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
found
yeah,
you
yeah.
found that joint? Yeah, son. That's when. Listen,
Yeah, man.
I
I
was a
typed in King
wild boy.
Wakata, and that was the account that
Yeah.
came up.
Oh shit. Listen, you got send it to me. I wonder. Yo, it's probably a whole bunch of shit I was talking in there. That
It's
was
just
all
King Wakata.
battle rap.
It's at King Wakata, and it's
I
got like,
lost that shit. I can't get in it. That's why I started a new one.
uh, yeah, man. It looked pretty cool,
Yeah. That's when I was doing battle rap and shit, son. A lot of that shit in there. I was probably sharing a whole bunch of Spanish rap shit and talking to other rappers.
Hey, King,
Yeah.
is it still Kid Wakata?
No, not no more. I got older, so I was like, I can't call myself kid no more. I'm old as shit.
Okay, well, what is it now? I almost said it to Kid Wakata.
King Wakata.
Okay, let me try
What
to
is he
see if I
talking
can
about? The
find that
Cash
now.
App? Oh, yeah. It says Kid Wakata. Yeah.
Say what now?
Yeah, Kid Wakata.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking something. I'm thinking about battle rap. I used to go as Kid Wakata in the battle raps. That's what I was thinking about.
See, I was checked to make sure because things get crazy sometimes.
No, Kid Wakata. Yeah, that was my name. You can look me up on YouTube.
Make
You'll
sure
see
you
my.
get it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Listen, man, I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man, if you can't send $1, man, hit like, share the space. That's just as valuable to me, man. That helps people come in and talk their shit. I'm not sitting here trying to teach anybody anything new. Every now and then we get into our teaching phases, but right now we're just talking our shit. 2-minute rants. Come up here, talk your shit. We had some wild people come in here. I let them get their shit off, then I kick them the fuck out. Simple as that. I'll give you the right to your free speech, and then I have a right to my expression, and my expression is get the fuck out.
All right, I gotta go, man. I got some kids that are trespassing on my property, so I gotta go chase them off. I'll see you in the morning, I guess, maybe. Hey,
All
Kimball.
right, brother.
Get
Kimball,
out the
I'm
rock
definitely
salt,
down.
man.
Guys, definitely. Hey, Kevin, it's always nice to talk to you. Methy, you know it's nothing but love. Ursula, Zim, you guys know. Mindy, I'm sorry about the spaces mess. You know, I think you're great. You know, I'm sorry about all that. Darren, man, been hearing a lot about you lately. Man, dude, keep your head up, man. And I don't know anybody else. Giovanna, you're looking ravishing. What's up? Get in my DMs. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
Second, man.
But yeah,
Hey,
man.
Wakata.
Yes, sir.
So can we move past the fucking Eskimos?
Yeah, sure. What you want to talk about, good brother? Talk to me.
Man, I just got back home from open mic jams with my best friend, and dude, like, there's so much shit like in my head. Like, I should have that drunken debrief, like Matt's drunken debrief. Like, I think that would be like a good thing, but it probably wouldn't, because everybody uses your shit against you. There's nothing
What?
sacred on fucking Twitter. There really isn't. It's
Literally,
like
there ain't.
once you've like thrown it all out, like everybody, like fuck you, you're drunk. All right, I don't give a fuck. Like I have
Yep.
no more shits left to give.
Yeah, listen, brother. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The moment you try to hide something, it becomes a weapon against you. Once you start letting shit hang out and you are who
If
you
you're
are, and you
scared,
don't. There you go. That's a weapon against
like
you.
yeah, like if you're going for your TS or whatever, and say you're going for CIA, or I'm not, dude. I don't fucking care. And but if you were and you're like, oh, I'm gay. Well, who fucking cares anymore? But when somebody can sees it as an opportunity for leverage, that's when it becomes a problem.
Correct, you are.
That knows. That's what a lot of people don't seem to get, man. People hide a lot of shit, and then it comes and bites them.
No, dude, I've got skeletons. I got skeletons in my closet, and I don't know if no one knows it. But before you put me in my coffin and close it, I'm going to expose it. I'm going to take you back to 1993, before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD. I was a kid. Maybe I was just a couple of months. My faggot father put his pennies up, must have had his pennies up in the bush.
Matthew.
I'm sorry, the Eminem in me. It's like Gator from
That
the
wasn't
Family
him, man.
Guy.
That was
No,
Eminem.
that wasn't Gator. That wasn't Gator at all.
That was Eminem. No, I was like singing "Cleaning Out My Closet." So I'm sorry.
That wasn't Matt.
It's
That was
Jack
Eminem
Daniels.
speaking.
It was Jack
That was
Daniels.
Eminem.
The spirit of Jack Daniels
Yeah,
flowing through me right there.
and you're watching too many fucking movies that try to be Gator. I know what Gator you're talking about too. What was that?
Hey,
Will
Pimp
Ferrell? Is that
Stone
Will
Crowd.
Ferrell?
Pimp Stone
I'm Gator,
Crowd,
man.
bro.
I'm Gator, bro. You got hey ho! Can't disrespect me, man. These
Hey
bitches got to be
Matt.
kept in check.
Hey Matt, is this really your brother?
Hey, I have no brothers. I have no brothers in Twitter.
Dude,
So
your mom never told you about me, motherfucker? Goddamn, dude. I'm your older brother. I'm joking.
dude, I know my family, dude. I know my roots, and I know all my half brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah,
And
I know you know them because you fuck them all, and that's kind of weird also, bro. But,
fuck
you
you
All
know.
too,
right.
motherfucker.
All right, buddy. It's like flash and reverse flash in here.
No, I'm just got my
No,
interior,
no.
my filters
But
tuned
yeah,
a little
man.
bit.
Did you say your felchers? You know what a felcher is?
Filter, but yeah, it's called your anterior cingulate inhibition. You
Oh,
know
your
what the fuck that
filter.
is?
Your filter. Okay, I got you. I thought you said felcher. I'm like, oh god, you ain't know what filcher is, do you?
Are you talking about the band? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not filter. I'm not talking about filter. I'm talking about felcher.
I don't know what
Alright,
This is too
filter
much
is.
alright,
time.
none
I
of you
don't
guys
know.
have ever heard of felcher, right? Okay, so this is what felcher is, right? A felcher is, I learned it when I was a little kid. Believe it or not, this freaking goddamn pizza dude rolled up when I was 12 years old, shooting baskets and this and that, and he's like, and then busts a window out in the back seat of his driving car. I was like, so what happened in the fucking back window, bro? So some felcher fucking goddamn broke it, and like, me and my
Yo,
friend like,
this
what the
man
hell's a
just used
felcher?
a bunch of words and said nothing.
Alright, so anyways, me and my friends like, well, what's a felcher? What the hell is that? And I'm like 12. This is like 19.
Yeah, like 1980 something, and then you found out that the filter was right there, and you were like, "Wait, where the fuck is the filter at?" And I couldn't filter anything anymore.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I know, that's why I got rid of them. But no, I'm about to close the space out, guys. Get some rest. I'll be up.
Oh, damn. We had 2 drunks.
Dude, I'm just
No,
gonna open up
The
Matt's
fuck, Wakak?
drunken debrief
Stay
and
up.
just go
hey,
from
Stay
take it
up.
from there.
Let's do it.
hey,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna
there,
keep it
Matt.
100. Matt is the only drunk that I've ever seen that gets smarter the drunker he gets, and that's a blessing
To a
for him.
limit. No, I have there is a method to my madness
He does
because
for
like
a while.
I have a lot of inhibitions. I'm not the most social guy, but you get to a point, it's like that certain energy maximum, but when it goes down, it's like okay, that's when you get bounced out the bar, you know? And it's always good to have that bouncer or that feedback
Right.
system.
Make sure you keep your
Wakata.
bounce.
King, before you close up, I gotta say, I was listening to the first party or space, and I like the new bit. I know, people didn't bite, no pun intended, but, you should try that again, because, the one you did, I can't remember whose rant you did, but that was pretty
Oh,
epic.
Jay Just with the dogs.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, sure.
I think he wants to